bills and stuff. Tips are the liquidity of my business. Huh? Why are you laughing? Oh, so hilarious that this guy has stuff financially tight. Huh? I literally can't afford stuff on Tuesday on my day off, and you're gonna laugh? Oh, it's funny. When you can't go and do something with your family on your day off, you're one day off for the week when you're working full-time 6 days a week. That's funny, right? No, it's not fucking funny. Now shut up. Grocery shopping, tips. Meal with my wife, tips. Coming up, my day off on Tuesday, tips. Nintendo Online, tips. Bills and stuff, tips. Tips are the liquidity of my business. Grocery shopping, tips. Meal with my wife, tips. Coming up, my day off on Tuesday, tips. Nintendo Online, tips. Bills and stuff, tips. Tips are the liquidity of my business. Huh? Huh? Huh?
This one's for all my baby girls.
I did justice because back then I was pointing a camera at my television. It was terrible. I had just adopted direct capture.
2008 and my content's fine. The way I do things is strange but uniquely mine. I point a handycam at my TV, record the footage and upload to DSP.
Space gaming.
Here's another thing they say that I can do. There's other streamers that have a way to improve the view. Drugs that come is meaningful but don't be late. So 5 years later it was time to innovate. The frames are silky smooth, 1080p. Anything less is a hat trick. Neck another gin, DoorDash at the door. Now I'm tripping over cables strewn around my office floor. The colors pop, I can't believe the inky blacks. I'm so impressed, I think you fixed my fucked up back. The chat and mesmerize is so in rapture. I got a little box that gives me direct capture. Direct capture. Direct capture. My USB card's working.
That being said.
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 That being
Said.
Hello. This is Phil Burnell. All right. And just wanted to tell you that I love the podcast. That being said, big ups. That being said, which vest is podcast best? That being said, relaxing, chill, interactive, fun. That being said, which vest is podcast best? That being said, relaxing, chill, interactive, fun. Team Insider, the legend, Fantastic Mr. Sam, the dentist, Ski to the Dead, psychological style host, Meerkat, artistic style host. That being said, which vest is podcast best? That being said, which vest is podcast best?
Oh my god! Oh
Fake
my
laughing
god!
indeed.
I forgot to give you guys the warning for our totally serious laughs. Sorry about that, guys.
Yeah,
We didn't fail it though. We're still laughing.
could be a good time.
Yes, absolutely. So as you can see, we are here.
Good time go.
It's time go. We got a three-piece for you today.
For sure.
Similar to Rush, we are a three-piece right now. We have the one, the only, Steve of the Dead on bass, acting as not Geezer Butler, Geezer Butler, Geddy Lee in the house.
Geddy Lee. I thought you were the geezer.
Geddy Lee in the house. How's it going, We're starting off hot. So we had Cerebral Style host, of course, holding it down. Sam was on a predetermined off day. He had this planned for years in advance. Meerkat, unfortunately, have internet problems, so we got them in the black and white right corner of shame up there in Faster Mr. Sam's box. But nonetheless, we have a legendary guest in the house I want to introduce. The one, the only, the agent proper in the house. How you feeling, proper?
I'm feeling pretty good. Looking for a nice pig kind of cookout today. We got DSP's DS-RE going on, and that's going to be fun. But, thanks for having me on, and I'm ready to talk about food, I guess.
Yep, that's all we do here is talk about food and rate things. And, of course, yes, we are going to talk about, well, I guess we won't really talk about it because it's happening today. DSP is today. So I've heard Dick Sucking Party. A lot of different DSPs are out there. Should be a good time. But we got a lot of stuff to talk about. This is our first Sunday show in 2 weeks, actually. So we're not going to go that far back in time, though. But let's start out with, well, I like your background here, proper. What are you going for here? What are you going for?
I'm kind of going for a gamer, streamer kind of lair, a pigsty, if you will. Nothing like, Phil's former a little condo in Connecticut. But, hey, we're here now.
We are definitely here, and sure, if Phil's gonna have any clap back to Asmongold, since Asmongold did pull it back, get in there. But D-Dog 1968 says, "I have to pay my revenue as you had my ad playing for the podcast." Big ups from Aircons, legendary D-Dog 1968. Excuse me. Year that I never saw, sadly. I was not around for that year. But let's get to it this week in review, kind of.
Did you sleep a lot?
Yeah. Business style announcements. This is the last chance to vote on our big style vote. So go look links down below if you want to vote for our STROKEE Awards. Now is the time. It's going to be fully announced this week, the winners, so that'll be fun. Middle of the week style thing. And we're getting closer to the guy announcement. Very close to the guy announcement with Gundam, with Darksea on the show. Coming soon. Maybe not next week. Maybe next week. We're working on it, but we're going to have a full show of just the guy goodness coming up for you very, very soon. But let's get to it. Business style announcements all over. Let's get to the week that was. And I'm going to start things off. Of course, proper. I always say fucking proper and profit. I mix you guys up like crazy. But
one's a big, fat, bald Canadian guy, and I kind of look like Steve of the Dead over here.
Oh, okay. So we got the brothers.
Actually, yeah, the glasses. Yeah.
Brothers and ALT in the house. So let's talk
So
about.
how come no one compares you to Phil? Why is it always me?
That's true.
Probably because I'm usually too stoned.
There we go.
I'm not stoned enough.
So let's talk about one
Remember like
comment.
the time when you smoked it all and totally passed out for days, and the cops came in and you hit it under the
People
rug.
wasted with
Like we
3
all
other
do.
drugs in college.
Yeah, we've all done that. Yeah.
So one topic I want to talk about, future finances, Phil. Whenever you talk about future finances, Phil gets pissed. So someone asked a question about 401k stuff, and that sent Phil off into a little bit of a tizzy, just a bit. And it was, first of all, it started with that's none of your business. But then he goes into the full diatribe of, hopefully, at some point, I'll have enough money to put some away. Unless I am already. You don't even know. So
he allegedly paid off his car, so there's like $400 right back in his pocket. He's never going to tell anybody about.
Oh, damn! Hell no! What are you crazy?
Like 13 credit cards, he no longer has to pay
Right.
payments for.
Wouldn't be surprised if he thinks like, okay, now I have to get a new car. I'm not paying for this one, so I guess it's time for a new car. That's how he operates, So I have extra money, got to spend it somehow,
Right.
So
He's lazy though. Look how he is about upgrading technology.
That's true.
He's pretty lazy. So yeah,
Cars
that
are
car.
kind of weird though. Cars, he kind of just does. That one video he says when he shows the BMW, he says, "Just a small step up from the Camry I had back in Connecticut." He was so proud of the BMW he's leasing.
Oh gosh.
That's a classic. But here's the other thing. He said, if you have certainty in your life, you are lucky. You must be happy and lucky that your parents provided you financial stability. So obviously, if your parents help you financially, awesome, dude, that's cool. But to assume that everyone that is successful got financial stability tells you a lot about his mindset, right? Like, oh, you were financially stable? Pfft, must be the parents, dude.
Must be.
Yeah, it's your lack of empathy shining through because you can't consider that other people would have other circumstances. So you are considering what you would do if you were in their situation. And
Yes.
so for Phil, the only obvious sort of like recollection or the only similar thing he has is, well, my parents paid for me. So obviously, if you're doing okay, your parents must have paid for you. And that's it. It just shows Phil's like the hypocrisy of his mindset. It's perfectly fine for him to do it, but if you do it, no, you've cheated somehow. You've got some unfair advantage.
Yep. He can't put it past himself. Go ahead, Proper.
It's the same thing. He's done it for years. He did it about, getting into college. He was like, oh, it's not fair because I'm the white guy. That's why I didn't make it into the big Ivy League schools because, I didn't do anything else with my life. Like
I'm
that's
white and I don't get it.
Yeah,
That's what he
he doesn't get in. It's like Evo this year. He's not getting in. Sorry, buddy.
Hey.
You got no pride playing in casual matches on a Friday night when I'm there to just get drunk. Like pull the ripcord from that one.
Is he playing casual? I thought he was just like consistently
he did play casual
ranked.
last weekend.
Yeah.
He's doing, he does a little bit
Friday.
of casual, jumps up, and then gets wrecked in Diamond. Like, why am I in Diamond, dude? It doesn't make any sense. I mean, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Exactly. This doesn't make any sense, the ranking system. What's going on? Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it makes about as much sense as, getting business advice from Darkside Phil.
Yes. And he also said, go ahead.
I just feel like, just very quickly, I feel like if you've ever declared bankruptcy, you shouldn't be allowed to give business advice in future. If you had to sort of do that, yeah,
That's a good start.
I mean,
all right, just like, man, maybe don't listen to him, but he said also everything in the world is crowdfunding if you think about it. So everything in life is crowdfunding. So even if you are living on an island and you're cutting down trees and killing animals, that's still crowdfunding because you're counting on the trees to be healthy.
What?
Yeah, he said this literally. He said
Does that even work?
because you have to count on the trees to be healthy, so that's crowdfunding.
Dude, crowdfunded trees? This is the best.
Crowdfunding the
everything.
trees. Big ups to Warren.
Crowdfund the plant that's been around since before the dinosaurs. Yeah.
Yes, you're getting funding from the Earth. Yes, Guy Lloyd. Yeah, you're getting funding from the Earth. Now, Earth, I need a little help this month. Now, Earth, we're gonna need a little help this month. As you can see, food supply little low today on this orange tree. That'd be the best. That'd be a good skit, actually. Like, make it like Phil's crowdfunding, but on the island. So he like begs to different stuff in the island. Like goes to the animals. Like, all right, guys, a little bit slow this month.
I really appreciate the coconuts, but if you really want to help me, rum is the best way.
Yeah, like the chickens. Like, all right, I know it's tough. Times are tough, but we have these special egg laying events. I still need normal support during the week. You can't blow all your eggs out.
Golden eggs.
You can't blow all your eggs on the weekend. I still need the eggs during the week. So it's not how it works, guys. But that was pretty much it. Also, he talked about the 401k, which was pretty funny, how he talks about the 401k. Proper, did you see this?
I mean, this is the dude who took like the pension from when he got let go by Helicopter Support Inc. and he just burnt the money. It was just gone in days. Like collectibles, garbage for the condo, just the boxes in the corner. It all went to that kind of crap. No, never for the setup. Probably a ton of booze too. I mean, the guy's
Undoubtedly, yeah.
Oh, God, we
drinking for
approve.
money. Former alcoholic DSP is going to drink for money today. It's amazing.
Frog Machine had a great quote. So let's say there's some like natives on our island. Phil would say to them, "Hey guys, I really appreciate the fishing lessons, but what I really need now is fish." Great one. Starksy says, "My love to Proppy." There we go. Big up Starksy to Phil. Hope to get
big
you on
ups.
soon for the big reveal of the guy. But yeah, anyways. So yeah, the 401k nonsense, everything financial, Phil comes just guaranteed gold because just, who you're hearing. Someone that got 13 credit cards. Got out of jail free once from credit card debt and then went right back in. That's the best part of it, right? That's the part. You got out.
He's going in it. He's going. It's his plan. He's said as much. Like the moment I can get credit, it'll be fine. And it's like, how do you not learn I've had to deal with this a couple of times over like Twitter things, people tweeting me and seeing things, and it's like, how is he not learning? Somebody asked me about it because of like how much he's getting beaten in Street Fighter. Is it possible that his like capacity to learn is broken? And I'm like, I honestly don't know at this point. It should be functioning. We all retain the capacity to learn, but he's just refusing to. It's mad. He would be like, yeah, but give me the fish. Why are you teaching me the fish? I don't want to go fishing.
Why are you
Just
wasting
give
my
me the
time?
fish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who gives a shit about this? Give me the fish.
You already showed me how to do it. Just bring them to me in the basket, please. Leave the basket
Guys.
and go away.
Yes. Yeah. Just drop
Do
the
you think he's
basket off.
confused?
Be a fishing
Like,
pole. What the fuck is this?
In Phil's mind, a 401k is called that because that's the actual cap to it. He's like, that's the max money you can get. That's the VIP level.
Once you hit the
No
cap,
idea
you're
about
done.
contributions? What do you mean contributions? I don't want to match a percentage point. Oh.
Oh, what was the
Rock?
frog fight? Utterly Insane says the frog fight was proof he doesn't learn or try anything new, different.
Frog
What
fight.
game's that in? Yeah.
Frog fight. Oh, that's the frog fight for Star Wars. Not Star Wars.
Oh God, yeah.
those
Jedi Fallen
the two
Order
frogs.
thing.
Yeah,
God, yeah.
Star Wars, where you got a bit of body.
Big pull, big
Jesus,
good pull,
yeah, you
good
got
pull.
wrecked.
Street Fighter's going as well as you can expect. He said this week, and I'm coming ahead of myself just a bit, but he said this week about let's talk about Stuttering Craig. I might as well just bring it up now, because Stuttering Craig entered the lexicon again this week, and it came up because he used it to talk about a situation. He's like, I hate this drama, of course. I stay in my lane. But I stay in my lane all the time. Then he talks about all these different highways he's on. But he talks about how Craig reached out to him for a Street Fighter match, right? And I'm not kidding you. He really said this. He said, let's do a match. I don't play Street Fighter, but I'll learn and we can do a match against each other, right? So what I want you, the key point to remember here is this is the exact same thing he did with LTG, right? He sent a message to Low Tier God saying, let's get a set going. LTG, to his credit, said, what am I going to get out of that motherfucker? Correct. You know, I'm not getting anything out of that. If you win, people think you're good. If I win, people think I'm good. I don't get anything out of that. Fuck it. But then Phil, of course, when Craig does the same thing to him, what does he do? Oh, that's the fucking worst. What are you doing, dude? What? I'm not kidding you. He actually said this. He wants to do me in a set. Well, yeah. So he can just pick up those donations. Yeah, people, my viewers don't want to see this. So, and his entire chat, even the regulars.
Oh God, yeah, this was great.
We're like, I really want to see this. I want to see this. I want to see this. There was a few, the normal douchebags, like whatever Phil says goes. Like, yeah, Craig deserves to be behind bars. Like,
Oh,
okay.
the larpers.
Yeah.
Well,
Those are
you
LARPers,
could see
those are
genuine
funny.
fans, though. You're
There
right.
was
Genuine
still-
fans were going.
Genuine fans that were being funny were like, yeah, Craig sucks, that kind of stuff, But anyways, so again, and then
No,
Phil
I mean,
said
like,
these-
you could see them saying his actual genuine fans, not LARPers. His actual fans were going. LARPers were saying it as well, but his actual fans were going, we want to see this. We
yeah.
really want to
They
see this.
wanted
We
it.
would. And he's like, nobody wants to see this.
Nobody
And
wants to
they're
see
going,
this.
we will. We do.
Can you imagine people? That's what Phil needs to do is create this competition between people donating to Craig and people donating to Phil. Because the Phil Wales will be like, all right, fuck it. I don't want Craig to get all this fucking money. Detractors to win. Can you
It's
imagine?
that whole us versus them again, right?
Yeah.
It's the same thing that he does to us. Oh, everybody watches all the hate watchers. That's where you got the videos from.
Nobody comes to watch me.
The golden stuff, but still, the whole interaction between him and Craig this recent week was with the parody account. Like yesterday. I was like, this guy's talking to fucking robots on Twitter. He's talking to like a parody account. I've DM'd the parody account. I think it's hilarious. And Craig is just pissed off that the parody account even exists. And it makes the whole situation even funnier.
Yeah, Craig gets too butthurt about it. Like, you just got to let it go, man.
It's so
Just
good.
let it go. That's what,
Right.
Yeah,
Now,
he responded to parody account.
I cannot criticize him too hard for this because I quote tweeted a parody account. earlier.
Oh, you're an asshole.
So,
You lost, dude. You
I know,
lost.
I know. But his actually said parody on it. It said
Yes.
sputtering Craig and then parody.
Yes.
So you know.
He's got to put on the glasses, dude. You got to pay him $50 first.
But he also referred to the podcast as they and them. So, like in the tweet, it was like, you know, yeah, it was a battering. Craig wrecked Phil. I just wish they'd gone harder and they should have done that, you know. So it was clearly referring to them. So even within the you know, the context of the content of the tweet. Yeah, full context.
We'll go there
obviously,
later.
it's important. But like, even if you read the tweet itself, it's like very clear it's not Craig, and he still was like, "You don't know. You have like no concept of my reason for appearing on your show." After spending months leading up to it, telling everybody why he wants to go on it. That's
and
my
they're telling you
part.
the day after that it went well.
Yeah.
Not so much.
Here's why I want to go on the show. Here's why I want to go on the show. Here's why I want to go on the show. You don't know why I wanted to go on the show. Fucking
You don't know why I wanted to go to show, Craig. How dare you, Craig?
You don't know why I wanted to go on your show. I'm sure we must have discussed this at some point during the like actual setting up of me appearing on your show process. You know.
I'm trying to get the fucking tweet itself because it's pretty funny. Can anyone bring it up?
Oh, it's
Just
good.
read it? Yeah.
It's difficult to work Twitter at the moment.
I know.
So,
it sucks. Yeah.
Did you hit your limit?
Yeah. And Phil talked about that
you,
too.
Elon.
Somehow Phil took this into Phil took it in like the total DSP way of like just missing the point. Like obviously it sucks. It's Elon fucked up with this one. Everyone agrees, but Phil blames it on somehow
censorship.
Yeah,
wasn't it?
What the fuck?
That's
How
the
do you
fuck
come to that
story.
conclusion? You could look at 600 accounts of like whatever the fuck you want. It could be KKK accounts can be the 600 posts you look at. You could look at whatever the fuck you want, but then he somehow says it's censorship. How? I don't understand how you come to that conclusion.
No idea, man. It's just playing the victim card again. It's just like, look at they're censoring me, dude. I can't read all of my news. How am I supposed to talk about gamer news when I can't even read the posts about gamer news? What is that viral again on Twitter for Zelda? No.
But it's like, sorry, John Bono in chat says Twitter is arguably less censored than it's been in a decade, and he's right because like the moment Elon bought it, he reinstated a bunch of banned accounts. So you know, it's arguably easier nowadays. But Phil's like, because I can't, like properly blame something. I don't fully understand why this is happening, but I have to blame the figurehead, which is fine. It is Elon's fault.
Yeah.
I don't know why he jumped to censorship. I'm still trying to follow that logic, and I can't. I really don't.
I mean, it makes sense if you don't think about it.
Yeah, if you just don't think
Yeah,
about it, it's
with
censorship.
Twitter, it could be as easy as a server issue, and they have servers down, so they put up the limit, and they limit they throttle your interaction on the website. It could be Elon's tired of people talking shit about his, cage fight coming up. You never know with this kind of situation, and it's just the fucking bird app, guys. I really don't give a shit. I mean, what are
Phil
you
has
doing?
to. He has nothing to talk
scrolling
about.
through 600 Derek posts like I had to do last week?
Yeah, people do it. Oh yeah, we got to get the link to that. Share that one. But it's just like he has to find something to bitch about, and there's no like. I don't know why you can't just bitch at Elon for this though. You could say like, what a fucking idiot, like he always does. But then he goes to the censorship. Like, what? How is that Yeah, free speech, right? Yeah. What? What are you talking about? His whole chat again, which he doesn't even give a shit about. Of course, we know that. But he was like, the chat was like, "What are you talking about?" Everyone, and of course, the LARPers like, "Yeah, Elon sucks, dude." LARPers are going nuts. Great point, Phil. Those LARPers, man. Dude, during versus the internet, LARPers are out of control. All right, we're not talking about that later. I'll get there. But I took some notes of like funny shit because like it's just most of them are LARPers at this point. Most. And the video. Okay, we'll get there. I don't want to get ahead. Retro Dude Man X says someone should make a compilation of his advice and call it the Tao of DSP. Add the date of when he said it. 41-year-old guy doesn't know his own expenses. Great point. Yeah. What are your expenses? I don't know. Do you have a business
That
plan?
just sounds like a cult book.
Yeah, Tao of DSP.
Like a manuscript.
Black Mage.
Here in the Detractorverse, we follow the Tao of DSP. Yeah. Find the path to inner enlightenment through snorting.
Black Mage says, big ups to Proper for moving in with Asmongold. How's the mold going in Asmongold's lair?
It's not too bad. It's a little green. I mean, just kind of like the food from the MRE that you guys watched the other day.
Yeah, that's totally fine. Warren says, if I'm hitting the limit, obviously I'm using the app enough to pay for it, so I'll pay for it. Yeah, I mean, if you're paying enough, go ahead. But it just to go to censorship was just the odd. What the fuck are you talking about? I mean, censorship? Yeah. So if that 601 post was gonna be the racist one, they don't want you to see that one. They give you 600 real one, totally normal gaming news. 601, you get right to KKK. They can't show you that. You can't show you that
Hateful
stuff.
slurs.
No. It's what the best word to say now is what up? Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Reno Ryan's pointed out he's trying to go viral, and that's it. That's it. He complained that when the times when DSP went viral, like for his Oscars tweet and stuff like that.
The Netflix tweet.
Yeah, the Netflix tweet, and he's like, he saw no return on his thing. That he was so mad about that, and he very obviously, again with the Pro Jared thing, that led to the debunk stream. That led to that moment of genius. But he did that because he thought loads of people are going to come to my streams now because I've gone viral on Twitter. And again with the Oscars, do you remember after the Oscars tweet, he was like, well,
he was hyping it up.
What's so funny? Watch the next stream after that. He pretends he's talking to a whole new audience. It's unbelievable. He goes like, welcome everyone. This is, I am Phil Burnell, also known as DSP, on behalf of KO Gaming. I'm here. I have been a content creator for 15 years. It's like he's doing the whole spiel to a whole new audience. And yeah, I guess that does make sense, actually, Steve. I'm on board with that, whoever said that. Renee, you're a legend if you thought of that. I think
Reno Ryan, right. Pointed out. Well done for reminding me about that. That's a really good thing.
I just thought Elon was censoring his begging tweets coming back, to be honest. Just put a full stop to all the begging tweets he's going to put out.
I miss them, I really miss we made them go away.
Buy and support.
No, not us. Fucking Sir Moist made them go away. That's the moment they stopped. Sir Moist.
Yeah. But still, I mean, I do miss him.
I do miss him too. But also, he did add though. He did. He did
Support
another
has
one.
been low.
So here's
we're having a great time, but
we're having a great time. Tons of progress. But support has been low, so if you could swing by and support, that would help. Thanks in advance. Okay, so swing by, help in advance. So this moves me into the next topic of very odd switch to caring about the end of the month for his YouTube payment, right? This has been a very much a thing that you can observe where all of a sudden there's not talk about tipping's the best way to help me, tips me help out the most right now, blah, blah. It's all about, for the last 2 days, even included in a big tweet, which he did on Friday, it's all about, hey, this is the end of the month. If you want to help out, the best way is memberships and super chats and super thanks. That's what he said, which is a distinct change from what's usually is tips are always the best way. Please help. And any theories on this? Is it just trying to diversify the begging? Diversify the income? Or what? Is there a deeper thought to this? Any thoughts here, boys?
Well, it's strange because it's not his worst YouTube month this year. I think that was like February, maybe.
Yeah.
On the short month. But still, it's like the switch is probably because he's seeing his memberships dwindle and he's not getting the gifted re-ups yet.
Okay.
So that hasn't happened. And so he's seeing those numbers. He's seeing the pattern. If you put in the hand graphs, it's going like this. And he wants it to go this. It's positive organic growth that he's missing out on. And that's his consistent income. He can count on that number to appear. If he's familiar with where that number lies, 500 subs probably. It's what he's real worried about hitting.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, Unsalted Sky says a good point real quick, Steve. He says, Oddly Insane says, I'm guessing he's aiming for a refinance on his house and members can be passed off a steady income, but tips can't. When will he be available for that refinance? I'm not sure, but that's not a bad thought.
Yeah, he can't refinance it. I think he had to go through loan sharks just to get into it. I mean, do you think he really paid more than a minimum payment?
Hold on. He had to go through loan sharks to get this loan? What are you telling me?
I'm pretty close to it. I mean, he was having terrible credit at the time. He was crying when moving in anyways. I have some credit, but he took a hit. He had to, the numbers on his Washington condo weren't that great. I mean,
Oh, okay.
his interest rate is just super high. He had to go visit like 4 different banks.
Oh shit!
Jesus,
I
what,
gotta-
just for
He
the
was on a
deposit?
6-figure income.
Fuck.
How are you on a 6-figure income and you can't even walk in the door with a
Jeez.
cash deposit? You're done then. You
Yeah.
flash cash like that, you're done. But yeah,
I gotta go back and watch that. I'm not. That's not in my knowledge base of that struggle to get that house. At some point when it's that hard to get a house, you gotta be like, all right, well, we'll just wait a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But nope, he went for it, and that is when credit card, goom, 13 credit cards all of a sudden happen because let's furnish the whole house entirely for us too, Annie. You're gonna love this,
On
Annie.
credit.
Yeah. Okay, honey, don't use that credit card. Use the other one, the black one. That one's maxed out. Okay, honey.
I mean, I'm sure by now he has like an Amazon credit card, something with like 19%, just insane rates, and he's like a low limit. He's just like sitting there scooping stuff up with monthly payments.
Oh, maybe she does.
Mario Faker
Maybe
was
she
the
needs credit card. And...
Ooh, interesting thought from Mario Faker here. What the YouTube check is the income that Cat sees, so he wants to make sure that's not too low, not to worry old Cat here. Interesting.
Oh, don't want the horse to run away.
Hey, careful. That's a warning. That's a real life warning. We don't use that term here.
All right. So I'm thinking, because it's not been long since he's been paid by YouTube, is it? So
Yes,
this is quite early to be begging. So what I'm for memberships and things, because those are monthly. You know, tips immediate, those monthly. So I'm thinking, when he got his last payment from YouTube, he realized like the most of the money that I made last month was tips, and as a result, I'm going to struggle to pay bills again because I've got very little of the YouTube payment left.
Yep.
So I should probably start hyping memberships and super chats more, so that next month a higher percentage of that payment is, you know, from these. So I get that in that payment, and you know, maybe not as many tips during the month, but at least I know that the end package is going to be bigger. Maybe it's that. I think he looked at like the last YouTube payment he got and thought, fuck, that's not as much as I thought it would be. I should probably start doing something about that and less on tips.
Interesting.
So it might be that, maybe.
Yep, it could be. Meth Bear, thanks for that. He said you could apply for refinance 4 years after a bankruptcy. So that means we're already available to do that then.
We're getting there.
Yeah.
No,
How's that
nearly.
appraisal going to go?
2020.
Oh,
2020.
2020. Yeah, sorry, we're almost there.
Pandemic,
Yeah,
so
sorry, my bad.
almost there.
Almost there.
But how's that appraisal going to go? Somebody's going to walk into that house, see the
God,
broken
yeah.
fixtures, the holes in the like walls and weird shit like that. Ant trails carrying away Jasper kitty litter from the garage because they're starving too.
Dead human in the basement, cat in crying position, dead for years. Yep, I'll see that.
Just Skyrim still on.
Yeah.
It's just stuck in the office.
He's stuck in the
No,
rat
but-
way forever.
Oh God, seriously, what he's going to have to do to refinance that house? Like, there's a bathroom that doesn't work.
That's
I mean,
How
What's the
much is
shower?
that going to take off your fucking amount? You know, how much is that going to take off your value?
Oh God, can you imagine all the shit
Jesus.
that if he hadn't shown the house for a while, and you know he's not showing it because who knows what it fucking looks like? They got ant poison, like you said, literally on the ground. So like, you might. That's a big project when you refinance. You got to get your house in order. You know how it goes. It's a lot of fucking work to get,
but,
fix
like-
this, fix that, all that kind of shit. You know, he's not doing all that.
Exactly. He's got to make sure it's up to snuff, especially if you want to sell it. I'm assuming there's certain things that you've got to guarantee, like, you know, your pipe work's fine, your wiring's fine, all this sort of stuff. You know, the basement isn't going to get damp and all that. But he left a cat litter tray so full that the cat went to shit elsewhere, and he had to spend 10 minutes to chase it around the house so it wouldn't shit while his wife cleaned the cat litter. The tray was so full, it took her 10 minutes to clean it.
Dude, that's days of not cleaning your litter.
I know.
Days.
Immediately, I am.
Talk about depression shit.
You know that's not the first time either. You know, it's not like a one-time thing. You know what I'm saying? That's the first time
No,
he told us
for
about
sure.
it. But you know what happens
I mean,
other
he has
times, you know?
He has like a month's supply in his garage. I need to go to the dump, guys.
Yeah, we got to make a
Makes a green
skit of
screen with him.
Phil chasing the cat, trying to get him to go in the bathroom. It's piled up with shit.
Oh, gosh. Just running
Jasper,
around.
hang on! The Project 7 running Phil after him, you know? Running back and forth, you know? Like cartoon. Up the stairs, down the stairs, run the opposite way. Yeah, we need to have that cartoon made, please. Someone with talent. Ants trip Phil to save Jasper. Yeah, that'd be good. But anyways, Reno Ryan says, what if they condemn the house after inspection? I guess that's another worry, right? It's like, we can't give you refinance, and yes, people are coming to take this house back. It's too dilapidated for us. But also, we have to get into it. Asmongold was a big name this week, obviously proper in response to that, is living in the bedroom of Asmongold. Must be very exciting. But it all started with a chatter in Phil's chat, started this whole train, and talked about how, why don't you play the game, I believe, and so why don't you play the game until you finish it? Why does it take the game so long to finish, I believe is how it started, something like that. And he started getting into Asmongold. You see, I don't know anything about Asmongold, but he knows he lives in a shithole. He knows I don't know anything about him, of course. I know nothing about him, but I know his house is shit. I know he plays games. Also, he reacts to stuff, and he talks about Asmongold. I can't do that because I wouldn't have time for my family if I did that, right? And this one, the verbiage here, team divorce. Hang on your hats here. You know, divorce coin traders. Hang on. He said this word here, which is totally. I love this word. This word is totally cool for a lot of situations. However, one situation I don't think it's natural to say it is when you're married to someone of the opposite sex, right? Usually in those situations, when I'm describing Chew, I say Chew or my wife usually on this stream, right? I think that's kind of usually how it goes. But Phil said, I would be good. How the fuck did he say it?
A terrible life partner.
Yes. Terrible life partner. So, no problems with that word at all. However, if you're married, that's kind of a weird word to use, especially if you're with someone of the opposite sex. When we do have a kind of decided word for that situation, husband or wife, you know? I think there's something to that. I mean, life partner is interesting.
He could have used roommates. He could have used, well, maybe it's because it's the last end of Pride Month, so he just wanted to squeeze in one last ally reference.
That could be.
So, he's an alien anyways. He uses a bunch of alien words all the time. It's just add it to the alien list. Really, life partner.
Yeah, that's true. It's not okay. Cat is not a guy. A lot of assholes in chat right now. I'm gonna take care of you guys. Cat's not a guy. That's not what it is, fuckers.
No, she's a swimsuit model.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for saying that. A lot of people forget that.
It's Illustrated. Okay.
A lot of people forget that.
Yeah, the body positive issue.
U.S. Army 77 says, if Phil lived in a middle unit, how could it be affecting his neighbors? I mean, it could be affecting neighbors if you get, how those houses work. If you let shit go that bad, I guess it could affect neighbors. But I think it takes a lot to affect neighbors, honestly, unless you're not being loud or something. But anyway, so Steve, what's your take on this life partner usage or anything else you want on this topic?
Yeah, we have 20 results on Pick Go for life partner, so it's surprisingly not new. But
how many results do you have for mom?
Whoa. How long do you have? Because,
give it a minute. It's
my mom.
You mean when he calls her mom or when he calls her a slut? Which one? Because he uses both.
To be fair, Pick Go also catches moment when you look for mom. So
okay, that's tough. Yeah,
that's a huge result.
It's the gin mouth.
Yeah.
But he's called his mom lots of names, especially as long as you go back in his history.
But yeah, you found the result, not the result, the forum post, didn't you? You found the one where he broke down like the qualities of women.
Yes, the 10. Yeah, you ever seen that proper? That's a classic.
Yeah. I've seen that. I'm well versed in the Dead Sea Scrolls. I've seen it. I've lived this shit. It's just bringing up like repressed memories.
Yeah, he said,
"My flash over like the war overlay."
Including my mom. Including my mom.
Thanks for brushing my hair until I was 16.
Yeah, so just in case anyone doesn't know, we found in the Dead Sea Scrolls, the show we do on WPIG, old forum posts from Phil when he was 21. Sometimes before, a little bit before then too. Sometimes
before, yeah.
Sometimes before, but in the early 20s. And he said this. He tried to get with a girl named Taco-chan. Which is now a fixture in DSP's chat. I really appreciate you, Larper. But they said he was trying to get with Taco-chan, just kind of trying to hit on her. He was pretty incessant is what Taco-chan said, but Taco-chan said no, she was into someone else. So the next day on the forums, Phil writes a 10-point list about all the things wrong with women. They includes things such as they are teases, they are sluts, they are self-centered, they make you want to punch yourself in the face because how boring they are. What else? They say there's a lot of stuff like that. And he also said, but at the end of it, he said, "This applies to my mom as well."
It sounds like a pigafesto, dude. He's like making the list before he goes and shoots up the local Freddie Myers.
If you haven't seen it, go to WPIG, guys. That's the one of Dead Sea Scrolls. Yeah,
I think that was the first one. Yeah,
that was the first one we ever
one you
did. Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
set us off. Like, what the fuck are we gonna find? And we found amazing shit since then.
Yeah,
but
the
clearly,
moment I
mom
saw that,
issues-
I was like, I am in. I need to be on this. There is so
Yeah.
much shit here. Let's go.
How much of his silly website, top haters, have you guys looked into? Like,
Probably just the surface.
Yeah, we were gonna go through the rest of it, but then we got to the forums, and that took the whole episode. And the
gosh.
forums were, were great.
That's a fun time right there. But there's a nice little treat in there somewhere. There's a very large stationary gentleman who is very proud of his member.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Oh
you've
yeah,
seen
that was the
before.
joke. That was the joke that got Phil
That's the
banned
one that
from
got him
SRK
banned.
forums. Yes, was
Yeah.
a large gentleman with a huge member, and Phil put a
Yeah,
picture up on the
it-
website because it's so funny. Because someone talking about a
Yeah.
joystick, put that picture in, and it's super funny, dude. It's awesome.
I mean, that's his sense of humor to
Yes.
it all. I mean, has that ever changed? I mean,
no,
he still
No.
laughs about dicks and butts and farts, and that's it. Like, it's terrible. There's no
Lord forbid you kiss.
Oh, if you
Like,
kiss.
oh yeah,
Fucking kiss.
He's like turning around like,
Oh
don't do
God!
it.
What is this for? What is the point of this? Oh, God!
I
they're
don't
just
need this
talking?
romance in my, Game of Thrones style video game.
Yeah, Game of Thrones style.
Ugh.
Game of Thrones was legit. Let's just get nudity on the show because we want to have nudity on the show. That Final Fantasy clip was nothing like the Game of Thrones. It's two people trying to show they have a relationship together. They're trying to show that side. No nudity at all. They were just literally talking in bed, which is very, very, very. What's the right word? Very uncomfortable for someone that can't do something like that with their own wife.
Speaking of the word uncomfortable,
Oh, DSP and sex, an uncomfortable analysis. Yes. That's the next video.
gosh.
Get hype. God damn.
on the front, I've just written the cursed
The curse
notes.
notes. Retro Dude Man says, let's start a movie. The name is Phil Hogwarts Legacy. There we go. I like that. Hogwarts Legacy.
Nice.
Down Forward Punch says the Unibeggar Manifesto. Ooh, interesting name there, too.
Unibeggar. I quite like
I like these names. But yeah, so the only reason people talking in a bed is uncomfortable for you is if you have a hang up about a literal people talking on a bed, man. This wasn't people making out hardcore. That kind of stuff. All right, you could say, it's kind of weird. Why this is kind of gratuitous. What do we need this for? If they're literally fucking. They're two people talking on a bed. No nudity.
While naked.
Yeah,
Well,
well,
no, were they
naked,
sort of
no
like-
nudity,
But
right?
nothing shown yet. 'cause
Yeah,
it
nothing
was like
showing.
as they were laying on each other.
That set
It's
him off.
implied through context.
Yeah. So
It's
you
all
can't-
like showing though, like, hey, you can lie with your partner naked, and talk.
and yeah,
Like, yeah.
it's so mind blowing, dude. Says so much about someone. If that bothers you, you know what I'm saying? That bothers you. What are they doing? This is ridiculous, dude. What are they? It's just like Game of Thrones shit. Nothing like Game of Thrones. 0% like Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
It just is easy. Throw it into that Game of Thrones bag because it's all the same. 0% like Game of Thrones.
I mean,
Zero.
That's what fantasy is to Phil, is Game of Thrones.
Yeah, a Lord of the Rings.
That's what I've learned from Twitter.
So we kind of got out of the game of Asmongold, but I do want to finish that. It was my fault for steering us down a path. But Asmongold came back and said, the first video of Asmongold was kind of like not that much. It was kind of like boring for me. I was kind of let down by the first Asmongold video. Remember he said he hates me, I think was the title of it. It kind of like was whatever.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but Phil
It was
claps-
okay.
Yeah, it was okay. It was fine, right? But the video itself was not very like. It wasn't like scorn levels of like Phil being really toxic or anything.
It wasn't
was
so
very
moist.
middle of the
like,
road,
or level 1.
Exactly.
It was a
middle of the road kind of clip from Phil. And Asmongold has some points and said, like, why did I watch this? You know, it wasn't that cool. Why did I watch this? So Phil, of course, takes the classic. Phil's come back like, yeah. Even Asmongold could see through the bullshit. He was like, why did I watch this? Asmongold is smart. He saw through the bullshit. Okay.
Sir Asmund.
Yeah.
Sir Asmund,
Sir Gold here.
Sir Gold.
on my
Sir
side.
Gold.
Sir Gold. Sir Gold.
You know, I don't know anything about him, but he lives in a pigsty. You know, I know what a pigsty is, okay? I invented it.
I don't know anything about him, but I know exactly how he played this game. I've been playing.
He's smart. He's not falling for the detractor trap.
Yeah, he knows all about what Asmongold thinks too about him. He's like, you know, Asmongold saw this video and was like, you know what, this is weird. Like, they're not giving me the whole context. So why would I watch this video? Like, Asmongold saw this and thought, why am I watching this? Because like he knew it was bullshit. He saw through all that bullshit. Asmongold's smart. Sir Gold is smart, guys. Unlike these detractors, because he wants to separate Asmongold detractors. They don't mix. He's actually smart, guys, and he always does that shit. Big name? Oh, he doesn't get along with the tractor shit. He sees above that shit. Come on. He's too smart for that, guys. Come on, man.
I'm sure that 1.5 million next to Asmongold's name doesn't have any influence on that.
Oh, yeah.
I feel really bad for like whoever's first finding out about Phil and the Vortex through this kind of stuff. Like, you know, people dip their toes in. It happens.
Yeah.
You know, just ask the one chick over there who went viral for the
Zelda thing.
Yeah.
She had a great time hanging out with us in the Vortex. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's doing all right. And he's like, cool, welcome on board. Welcome to the madness. Yeah. But you can see it happening with him and his comments. He was going through it as well.
He's like,
does he really like this all the time?
He's all like, oh, I'm so happy. I hope he has a reaction for this, the follow-up video, because the one that got released a few hours ago. Oh,
yeah, because he
berries, Phil.
Yeah, he just really goes at him. He's like, let me get this straight. This guy does this for a living, right? He's like, the campaign is like, let's call it 15 hours.
Oh, that was great.
I was not done. Later in the video, when Phil's like just filibustering everything, he's like, I think I know why it takes 15 hours now. Because Phil's just
we're
talking.
going to min-max his time.
Pause the game, talk, spout. I think I know why it takes 15 hours now. That was funny. He's playing on console, blew him up too. Yeah, he's playing on console? What the fuck? Because it's just like, whatever you think about Asmongold, this dude understands how to do streaming and like clearly knows how to. He's the opposite of Phil in that Asmongold is so free flowing, right? He's like, I'm doing this. Someone says funny video. All right, I'm gonna watch this. Like just like. Whatever I want to do with my time, that's what I'm fucking doing, which is the polar opposite of what Phil is, right? Phil is, here's my schedule. This is what we're doing. If you break up a schedule, you're an asshole. If you ask me to change a schedule, you're an asshole. It's incredible the difference between those. And someone had a great comment.
If I run out of topics in the hour and a half, and we have to do Q&A, I am not starting gaming early. We are filling this podcast first. Yeah,
think about that. Like someone tell Asmongold that's what he does. So I want to see his face reaction to that statement alone. Like, you know, like we have 45 minutes left in this podcast. I guess we'll do Q&A. What do you guys want to talk about? At me in the chat. And people, what's your favorite ice cream? Well, you know, I really like chocolate. I really like mango, but I also like chocolate. Tough question. You know,
quite like cherries.
God, I want to punch myself in the face. But it's like, come on, man.
Pin sits on it. And he's getting the attention again from a bigger streamer another time. I mean, I saw somebody else put out a video about his Street Fighter 6 gameplay earlier today. And it was just like, Phil's playing it wrong. He's giving him like coaching tips. Like it's a quality video. He doesn't roast Phil at all. Doesn't tear him up. Treats him as anybody else he would do footage for. And he, you know, I'm waiting to see if Phil calls him out on it. But the dude gave him money, so I guess he got a pass.
Yeah, that's why. Yep, that's what it takes.
For now. Yeah. What do you think this June the King thing's going to be like? Because knowing Phil, like the moment he can latch onto anything to be critical, he's going to float June under the bus. Like, because June said, okay, I've got to do my research, and if he's anything like, if he wants to do anything close to what the side scrollers managed to do, he's going to have to talk to some of us. So, the moment anything like that gets in, Phil's like, oh, well, there you go. He didn't talk to anyone in my community, did he? Didn't talk to anyone I know. There you go. Detractor stuff again. And I know. I know. The lack of self-awareness.
That statement alone is funny, like, who are we going to call?
Yeah,
Hello, hold on. I'm in the middle of a stream. You have questions about Phil? Hey, I really like that 10-inch cock, Tommy. Yes, go ahead. Please continue. Yes, next question. No JOI. No JOI. Yes. Go ahead, June. Waiting for your question, June. You getting me angry, kitty? Yes, June. Sorry about that.
Say my name.
Properly.
Say my name, kitty, with the H instead of a K. No, that wasn't to you, June. That was to Tina, the 10-ton tits. Thanks. Hang on a second, June.
June, do you like Trader Joe's tacos? Have you ever tried Trader Joe's tacos for dinner?
June, did you know your name has two of the three letters in JOI? June, did you know your name almost looks like no JOI backwards?
June's gonna kill himself in Minecraft. Asking people from Phil's community questions. Like, excuse me, can I ask you a question about Phil? Sure. Like, I want him to do that, really. Like, I legitimately want June to reach out. Please reach out, June. To both sides. And I just want to hear what you think.
Blocked the tractors, though. He's hit up TJ on one. He's like, nope, blocked. Earlier when Phil was trying to like hype it up, like, I'm watching June the King videos, and people are like, hey, June, do you really want to get in bed with Phil? Like, about Phil, right? It's like, oh, no, it's fine. And then starts blocking people. Yeah,
that's the weird point. And also, like, overnight tip, good point and good name. Says overnight.
He's ready for today.
Yes. Overnight tip with a good point and good name says a good point. He talks. That's what I'm kind of worried about, because Phil is talking about Sir June, like Sir June. They're friends, right? Like, he is definitely talking like that. But he did do the same with Side Scroller. So, but I guess that just means that Sir June is being respectful in the emails, not saying anything that's tipping Phil off, I guess. So we'll see.
Yeah. I think he's just holding it close to the chest. You can't scare away Phil right away. You bring it up. He's going to be on guard.
Yeah.
Especially if you're going to make a documentary about Dark Side Phil. Like, you have to go, like, seriously, Phil is one of the most chronicled persons on the internet. Like,
yes.
He's past Chris Chan at this point, past almost anybody else. Ralph's catching up, but that's for another day.
Yeah. Vike says, imagine a Jade video interview. Yeah, what would that be? Like, that would be so jarring. Like, you can't even show it. Right? Like, that, like, okay, literally imagine this, guys. We want to show interviews with, like, detractors and Phil fans. Who can you get that is a normal style person to be on Phil's side? Only Iced Coffee, I guess. But we know he's weird behind the scenes, but he could do a pretend to be normal, right? Couldn't he, proper? Don't you think?
No, he's too much of a liar. He LARPs his entire life. I mean, that's why I just bombed that entire interview I had with him. I just knew he was lying off the bat, so I was just like, let's just get drunk and bomb him. And who he could talk about? Maybe K Galleon, Planet Jeff. Not so
Planet
Dead
Jeff,
Life.
yeah, Planet Jeff,
would be a good call, because he's a consistent, supporter. Maybe Super Blind Man. There's a guy who's in the industry, right? Involved in games.
But he's detached from Phil, hasn't he? He's not.
He's mostly detached from Phil again, and it's probably because it's better for his career overall.
But that would be a great person for June to talk to, then, I think, because he's been on that side. Yeah,
Well, again, that's reason for Phil to throw June under the bus, then, isn't it?
But I really think the big get would be like Phil's actual parents. Like, pay them some actual QVC bucks for Linda to spend, and you could get a pretty good interview out of them, I think. I mean, could you imagine the disappointment on, Daddy Dave's face talking about his son's, legacy online, and having to
you can see him sat on the sofa there, can't you? And like, she's there talking, and he's just there like
just chain smoking cigarettes.
You got the
I mean-
18
I mean, I tried
stuffed,
to go fishing with him.
18 stuffed fish on the wall. Like, these are all the ones I wanted to catch with Phil.
I'm gonna throw my boy Snow Carl in there as like a list.
Snow
because I
Carl.
think he's
Yeah, he's an interesting
quite
character.
close to, I think he's probably the closest to normal in Phil's chat, just because of the way that he will be willingly critical of Phil. Nobody else will in the same way as Snow Carl does, and nobody else can provoke Phil like Snow Carl does. So I think he has like an interesting perspective there.
Snow
Like,
Carl is
so you know what
oddly-
you're doing.
yeah.
You semi like you're self-aware. So yeah, there must be something there. I'd quite like to see an interview with them.
God,
But
that'd
yeah,
be
there's
so
nobody you
fucking
could
awesome.
talk to.
That'd be so fucking awesome. Interview the parents. I would kill for that chance. Just to,
Yeah,
I could do it the right way
yeah,
too.
yeah.
Very respectful.
Right.
And just find out about the past. What happened then? Like, did Phil have friends in high school? What was he treated like in high school? Right, just that question. And mommy might, of course, see it through mommy eyes and like he was a very popular boy. Then we talked to Dave, and Dave's like, oh yeah, he got his ass beat, man. He like, I don't think he got his ass beat. I think people knew he was
I don't.
different. I think
No.
people knew he was different and didn't deal with him. Right. That's why
he was probably left into his own little circle.
Yes,
Probably
yes.
like a kind of floater kind of kid. He didn't put anybody into any lockers. He didn't have the hot Latina girl really rub up on him. Or, try to give into his teacher's pants with like cologne or whatever perfume.
cologne.
But he tried to get into his teacher's pants.
Dude, you never heard that story? He
never heard
got
that?
cologne. Oh,
No,
yeah.
seriously.
Oh, he got cologne, and it was so hot that the teacher liked it. Baby Proper knows it better than me, but my memory is that he got cologne, and his teacher loved it so much that she was into Phil because of this hot cologne. It was like a cartoon, like following the nose.
Yeah,
But
the ego trips have been going on for a long time. And, he's like, most people give your teacher an apple. I gave mine like cologne, and it was like cologne.
Yeah.
Like what, perfume?
Yeah,
Body
you
mist?
don't give
like something.
Yeah,
and it's like a nun. I'm real confused about some of the like early high school. It's almost like the Brat Pack story time.
Mm.
Oh, because
instead
he
of
has to be
Scat
cool, yeah.
Pack.
Yeah. It's a scat pack. Scat pack. Who's in the scat pack? The teacher was a male, only Ice Kit Kat. Are you serious? I thought it was a female.
He's trying to impress people.
Oh my
he's
God.
done it several times too.
But
Like
literally,
Frank Machine's comment. Phil got baited by the Lynx advert. So,
oh,
which is an Axe body spray.
Yeah, Axe
It's
body
called
spray,
Lynx
yeah,
over
yeah.
here. But yeah, you spray it, women come running towards you.
oh God, he would love that stuff. Can you imagine? Like, I guarantee Phil was
Can you-
seeing those
can
ads.
you imagine
like,
him
grow
watching
your
them
dick 2 inches
now?
pills. He would be like, oh, okay, hang on, let me check on this. Like he would be. He falls for all marketing and all that kind of shit. Like, oh, I could be cool. Okay, let me check that real quick. Okay, cool.
He's all DM and Derek. Hey, do these pills work, dude? Have you tried these?
It did not make my penis bigger, but it improved my sock golf score by 2 strokes. It's a trade-off. So, anyways, we have so many stories of Phil back in the day not being liked in all communities, right? Even the fight.
Yeah.
Earliest signs of the fighting game community, 19 years old, couldn't get a ride anywhere. And people would say, like, why is no one doing this for Phil? And everyone's like, because it's DSP. Like, it's just a known thing that DSP is there. He's not a cool dude. And that's fine. But it's always like that Chihuahua kind of, he always has this big bark, right? In these forums, like, yeah, I'm going to kick your ass, guys. My favorite match. Like, just like a Chihuahua. Like, it's just annoying. But you know when someone like,
classic too.
yeah.
It's like this weird gatekeeping like Chihuahua that just chirps at you, and you're like, okay. And then you actually get past him, and he's in the bathroom hiding in the corner shivering. It's just what he does. He shows up and he talked mad shit on every single person. He was talking mad shit about like Valle and all these West Coast players because those guys would stay on the West Coast, but show up on Evo time, and Jaha and the boys are showing up.
Uh-huh.
And you're not having a good time because you're the walking ATM. I mean,
But also,
there's just so many
you're treating
stories
it
of
like a
Phil
wrestling
showing up,
event.
chirping at people, getting humbled, and just tucking tail and running. I mean, all these people have stories of, oh, he's got so much pride. He doesn't have shit for pride. He doesn't have shit for pride whatsoever. I mean, you're playing a video game for 30 years. You can't even play ranked matches on a casual Friday night. Like, he's just it's just excuse after excuse after excuse, and it just keeps putting him in this kind of scrub mentality that he's had for years.
Well, like Phil, like Steve said, not Phil. Steve said, he does have that kind
It's
of
all right. I get why you get confused. It happens.
very similar look. Their style.
They look the same.
But he like Steve, you're saying though, it does. He treats everything like a wrestling match, and he thinks that's how it should operate. Well, we're all friends backstage, but while we're talking about this game, we can just say whatever the fuck we want. I'll kick your guys' asses, dude. Yeah, my fabled match with the 12-year-old and stuff. Like he wants to be this world, but when real normal humans say like, dude, you can't talk like that, like Mike Watson said, that's not cool, dude. I'm gonna beat your ass next time I see you. And feels all of a sudden is what?
Receipts come.
Yeah. What? What are you talking about, dude? I'm an alcoholic. I didn't mean any of that. All right. But anyways, he did say during that rant, by the way, about Craig, I forgot to say it. Phil did say the following words. I am not a Street Fighter player. He said that. I'm guessing it's because he wants to not be taken that seriously, or he's saying I'm not a pro player anymore is what he meant. But he did say I'm not a Street Fighter player anymore, which I thought was something we might not have heard not that long ago. But yeah, I'm not a Street Fighter player. Why would I want to play Craig? Blah blah blah. But it seems like he wants to be known as a Street Fighter player. I don't know, but it's just an odd one for me.
That was maddening, though.
It is weird. He's trying to diversify. That's like one of his favorite things. He's got the sister channel that you were privileged to view yesterday.
Over on DSP
like
React.
the best video was that legacy video from yesterday that other gamer guy put out.
Yeah.
What was his name? Trying to pull it out. Where he was talking about switching up his legacy and it was just a total troll video.
Yeah, the one from the DSP versus the internet. We're going to talk about it later, but there's one video where Final Fantasy 16, it was about Final Fantasy 16, a player,
Jesse Cox.
dude's,
Jesse
Cox. Jesse Cox. Yeah, that was a great one. Whoever put that in, man, that was incredible. You are a legend, LARPer, because that's the exact thing you got to do. It was about gaming, but you snuck in the diss that doesn't seem like it's a direct diss, but it was like, Phil has to comment on this. And that was like the most beautiful submission I've ever seen to DSP versus the internet. Like, so slick, man. Like, I don't know how you found that video to use, but it was beautiful because Jesse Cox goes into how I've been on the YouTube for 10 years. And I noticed at some point in my career that Let's Plays were kind of dying on YouTube. So you know what I did? I changed it up and talked about more news topics, more general gaming topics. And a lot of my audience left. But I was able to build it back up, and now that motherfucker has 1 million subs on that channel, and he's doing fine, right? And Phil took that as, how does Phil handle it? Phil says, well, hang on a second. He's not doing it for passion anymore, though. He's just doing it for money. He sold his soul.
He shilled out his soul for money.
Yeah.
Since the dude who used to do all
Phil
the
saying that.
gamer
Dark Side
boxes
Phil.
and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Luke
Dark
Gray,
Side Phil said that. Dude.
the bad controller one.
Like,
it's just
DSP has
classic
passion.
no-awareness
Yeah.
Phil.
It's like no self-awareness, just saying that. He sold his soul. This is someone that can't go for 30 minutes without saying it vocally or in some way telling you that he wants more money than he has at the current moment. You know? Like, it goes, what's the maximum time he goes? An hour? And this dude,
Maybe.
Jesse Cox, whatever it is, just found a way to grow doing his he's very passionate about games. And he keeps talking about fucking games, but Phil is the only person on earth that managed to make that a negative because he's sold his soul for that. That was really challenging. You see that one, Steve? Any thoughts on that?
No, I missed it last night.
Okay.
I was still resting. I saw Iron Maiden on Friday, and I was completely
It
knackered.
happens.
Yeah.
I'm back.
Yeah. So anyway,
Do you
I
want me
guess
to refresh? Or...
no. Let's get into.
No, I'm good. Cool.
Okay, cool. You're good.
Cool.
Let's just get into the versus the internet. The first video he got into was it was a joke about, okay, we didn't see much of the video. Video is like 8 minutes. We saw 20 seconds. And they mentioned the word semen, okay? It was a joke building about semen. We didn't get to the joke aspect at all. No joke aspect came out. Phil just said, let's just talk about semen. I don't want to watch this. Boom. Next.
Skip.
$20 down the drain for this Supreme member that because they said semen, and we didn't even get to the joke part, because they said the word semen, that's skip.
$1 a second.
$1 a second. We didn't even get to any punchline at all. We just saw someone say semen. And that was enough to send Phil off into, what is it? Do I think, is this gonna be funny? I mean, what is this? What is this? This is gonna be funny? Okay, skip. But here's the thing. If you want to play those get like that, okay, cool. But then why is every chance we get the shit joke? What's the difference of a semen joke and a shit joke? I'd like to know. Is it that different?
Yeah. Semen relates to sex
Probably
and
not.
sexuality.
No way.
Like,
No way. Not to
I
Phil.
don't think
It's like it's a poo poo humor joke, but I really like. He probably has a big time trouble performing in that department, and that's probably one of those reasons why he's shying away so much from any sexuality at all at this point.
I think not even that. I don't think he has the opportunity to do it. Like I don't think sex is a part of his life in any way, except for like I'm gonna jerk myself off because it's been a while. I think he has that, but I don't think there's any sexual relationship going on. And I think that maybe that's why it hurts.
Yeah.
That's why the scene of people hugging on a bed fully clothed is enough to turn off that game. But that was skipped because gout crystals are plugging him up. Yes.
Dick out is a serious issue. Okay.
Stop. Be serious. That's a lot of people are dealing with that. Next, there was a freestyle rapper. Okay.
I'm sorry. There's a great comment in chat for midlife crisis. Kat still has a sexual relationship.
I think I lost Steve on my end.
Okay, you can't hear him. Okay.
Do you want me to refresh
I see him right
Yeah,
now.
if you could maybe let's see, what can we do?
Okay, I'll refresh.
Yeah, maybe. Because I can hear you beautifully, but he cannot. Steve's gonna be back in a second. Do not say disaster stream, because it's not my fault. So if you say disaster stream, you get your ass banned, bitch. Just kidding.
There he is. He's back now.
Okay.
Although
Yeah,
now.
Okay, you're good. Can you hear him
You're
now,
good.
Prophet?
Yeah,
You're good?
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, Prophet's back. All right,
Prophet's not here right now.
Sorry, Proper. Shout outs to Prophet. Anyway, so we get a white rapper. I'm saying that for a reason. White rapper. That's not a freestyle. And Phil is again obsessed with the only thing that matters because he's nothing to say. This is a charismatic dude. Does freestyle rap. There's girls around. Everyone's enjoying. And this is when Phil becomes the most uncomfortable person on earth because there's nothing sexual, so we can't skip it. Nothing bad. Not saying bad words. But it's just a dude with confidence talking with other humans, and he can't sit still. He's... This guy is kind of... Yeah, he's talented. Yeah. At first, he was like... This is real, by the way. At first, like, you could tell it's real because he started like, and then next it went like this. So you could tell it was real. That was legit what he said. Not a lie. It started like, and then it went like, so then you could tell it's real. I lost my mind.
Well, he's rapping about their shoes and the sign on the billboard over there. It was like, wait, what?
Like, I've seen a couple of the guys' videos, and he can rap. He's got the flow. He can lay down some lyrics and bars. But Phil's sitting there just like real confused because you can tell he's trying to pick apart the video and skip it because it's just too urban for him.
He
and
has
he's just
nothing
trying
to
to find
say.
one thing. He's like, this guy's real good, actually. It's okay.
Like it's
He's just
painful
okay.
to say something positive. That's what I felt. Like this guy's so good and so confident. Phil was like out of his mind looking for something negative. So then his negative comment is, "Yeah, he must have like some cameramen here with him. That's how he can do this." I was like, "What? You're just saying words now. Like just skip it, man. If it's this tough, He's like." Yeah, he had some cameramen here to help him. Yeah, they were talking about his shoes. Whoa.
it was Harriet Tubman was a topic, and he was just like, "How is that a topic?"
Yeah,
and then he looked back, and he's like, "Oh, it was a video from February. Oh, it's just because it's Black History Month. Okay, that's where it came from." It was like, what?
Yeah, because
how do you get from A to B there? Like, I'm
freestyle
high.
rap. Yeah, so
How
what
high are you?
what Proper is saying is like freestyle rappers like give me topics, right? People like to say the
Yeah,
crazy
yeah.
shit
Yeah,
to
yeah.
make it tough,
Freestyle.
right? So, yeah. So they said Harriet Tubman. Feels like what? Harriet Tubman? What? I guess this was filmed in February because the video came out in February. That's like, I guess it came out in February. Like, who cares about the shit? He was just so uncomfortable. He wanted to skip so bad, but there was nothing negative. So he finally said, like, yeah, actually, this guy's good. At first, it was like, did it?
Oh, he didn't rhyme. The words didn't rhyme.
Yeah, he said that
Not how
too. The
you
words
rap.
didn't rhyme. This dude is flowing like amazingly, you know, like it's like whatever, like it's good. You know, you can tell
Yeah.
like I don't know shit about him. It's like, all right, this guy clearly sounds good. Does that even rhyme? It's like, come on, no talent, Phil. Trying to criticize people with actual talent is the best. Then we got a game trailer, blah, blah. Of course, he has to compare it. Looks like Bioshock, dude. Then we got Rob. That's Rob, dude. What's that guy's name? Rob Gaffigan, I think. Rob
Gaffigan. Yeah.
Gaffigan.
Yeah, because he had to change his name because Phil had to bring it up. He changed
yeah.
his name. His name is Rob Dyke. Okay, and that's like a slur for people who scissor. On Derek's timeline, I thought it was. You can't give his last name, and he got demonetized because his last name's Dyke, and now he's missing YouTube money.
Yeah, and Phil like really thought that was some funny thing. Like, oh my god! Like, even got I think he got the face palm. I think, but that was like whatever video. He loves Rob Gaffigan, so he watched the whole thing. No matter how boring they are.
Yeah.
He
Well, he let him monetize his material, didn't he? He let him do like other react streams to his stuff, and that's where we got like the whole. So, Phil, do you think that the people that kidnapped and killed the children should have been sent to jail or should have been let off with a warning from Derek? So, yeah.
Good question.
That's where that comes from.
Big ups to David Stout says 2 people talking in bed triggers Phil because Kat and him sleep in separate beds, which is a huge frustration for him. Guarantee it.
Yep.
Zero question in my mind
It's a
about
stable relationship.
that. Hey, that's the second warning. Second warning.
What are you talking about? It's just
Equestrian
a solid
style.
foundation.
Equestrian style
It holds
references.
weight.
Hey, when Sam's not here, I run the show.
Yeah, so get ready to get fucked.
Yeah, kick him out of here. All right, so then we got this Vosh guy. The Vosh guy is got a political commentator, kind of talks about different topics like that in political sphere.
I always thought it was Bausch.
Whatever, and Vosh. I don't know this guy. I don't know nothing about him. No,
I'll let
I
it
don't
smile
know nothing about him. But anyways, he comes out and he was talking about how like segregation is bad, and it was an urban style woman saying that segregation isn't that bad, right? Maybe there's good parts about it. And then Vosh makes his point. And Phil like kind of like says segregation isn't the worst as well, which is just kind of, he didn't have any intelligent point. So basically what he does is the person says a good point and then Phil will pause and say, you know what? And then he says the exact same thing as that person. So he can feel like I made a good point too. That he did that classic move. That was whatever. Nothing happened there. He kind of was kind of trying to not argue, but just exactly repeat what this dude was saying because it sounds good.
It's fence post, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
Fence it. Right up the arse, that fence post.
Then we got the there's an old like what's it called? The thing where like soldiers got
Spice.
packages of food where like he stays good forever. What's it called?
MRE.
MRE. Yeah, MRE. Yeah. So
emergency rations.
yes.
Yeah.
Oh, he loved this because he could talk about. Oh, I bet that smells so nasty. Oh, can you imagine? And like he does these kind of Well, I consider this like I don't know if you guys remember like Rosie O'Donnell and those kind of like talk shows, like those kind of jokes, like The View and stuff. Where he's like, oh my god, if I had that in my house, I'd like have to get a new room because it would sneak up my whole house. Like,
Just film it in the garage. It's okay.
that's a good
The
smell.
cat litter will just cover it up.
Just like the soccer dad jokes endlessly. Ants
You
will
just
take
take
care of
2
it.
cotton balls, dip them in some gin, and just stick it up his nose. And you block all the smell out.
So Phil loved the food video. Like, oh, this looks nasty. Whatever, boring. Next up was another great LARP submission, which is a tour of Thomas Jefferson's estate, which of course held some slaves back in the day, my friends. There was some slaves that lived there. This was a great LARP submission because Phil has to talk about these times and stuff. And he handled it okay this time. He kind of let the whole video go through. He's going to let that thing go all the way through almost because you can't skip past this. Like it's important to know about the history. He has to say that kind of stuff. It's important to remember the history back those days. It's just not mentioning anything about. Obviously, doesn't want to hit on the slaves too hard.
Learned from the side scrollers bit then.
Yeah.
Showed that clip. Yeah, he's like, don't go near that again.
Yeah. Thomas Jefferson sold him right off for profit. Yes, he did. Yeah, so the world was different back then. He did say that too. The world was different back then. I mean, it's just how it was, people got smart. It's like people got smart. It's kind of like contradicting terms of how like people were stupid back then. And then now they've gotten smarter, and that's why we don't have slaves now, because we got smarter. It's a little bit different than that, but it's kind of more we understand how fucked up it is. But all right, anyways. They got to the slave housing area. Yeah. Phil argued that people were aware. No, he didn't do that. He knew there was more problems with slavery. He said he said like we don't know the whole story though. Yeah, people weren't enlightened. Thank you, Green Lobster. People weren't enlightened yet.
Enlightened.
Yes, thank you. People were not enlightened yet. Yes. And after that we had what was there? Oh yeah. This is when we get to the Let's Player video, which is another LARP submission, beautiful submission. So that we talked about already. Jesse Cox talks about how he changed, and Phil goes off the deep end, saying how that guy sold his soul. I'm happy I can do what I do for my curated audience, doing what I love to do, right? Because I'm the ultimate, I'm the ultimate Let's Player. I can do it.
I can never get over curated audience. I just can't. It sounds just like so cultish. It's like
Yeah, you
I've
should just
specifically
say it's a cultivated
selected you.
audience.
Yeah.
Curated
Plant
content for
the
that.
seeds a long time ago. I mean, we saw Derek doing, Facebook stuff for Phil's Facebook all those years ago, like in 2015. So
Yeah.
that dude's been watching it forever. Like a lot of
Yeah,
Phil's major fans have been around since they were young teenagers and now either have careers or money or whatever, grandma's inheritance.
Yeah.
And it's just like made it sound like he's grown them. Like you cultivate plants in your garden. You don't like you curate them. I'm curating this audience. You can go away. I'm picking these. These are the ones I want. I'll discard the rest. And it's just so like your audience is supposed to grow organically as you get better in your content spreads. And it just feels gross.
Yeah, during the slave part, by the way, there was some backpack comment I enjoyed. Someone, of course, slipped in a backpack comment, that kind of stuff. There's a lot of people doing some nice stuff in there. But yeah, that talk of like, and by the way, his tips were frozen from like pre-stream. 1 Minute Man got him to 65, and there was not a single tip after that at all in any form, right? I think a few super chats. So, of course, Phil is just steaming, just like, when will this be over? I'm just waiting for this to be over. He does the token bag off, not on camera, but even that was kind of half-hearted. And he's like, all right, this is a fucking lost cause.
But didn't he pre-beg for it, too?
He pre-begged. He did the pre-beg with the last... Yeah, he did the pre-beg, of course. That just goes without saying. He did the pre-beg of... end of the month, guys, you want to help out, trying to get the memberships up, members right here, want to get that up. And
it really helps out.
It really helps out the channel. You can do gifts, really help other people out. We're really trying to get this goal, DSP is DSP or whatever.
Wait. What goal? What goal?
Exactly.
We don't
Yeah,
have
sorry.
member goals.
This looks like it's a tip from like 3 years ago because there's no goals. I mean,
he just played like this dude's just a dent giving him a couple bucks.
I know,
Just played it off. He was just like, I can't talk about this. He's like,
yeah.
Twitch. I left Twitch years ago.
Yeah. What are you talking about? I can't take my audience to kick, okay?
Yeah.
It's too hard.
Yep. Dude, it's just amazing how much he wants the easy way through everything. And he talks about this guy selling his soul, right? Jesse Cox sold his soul, okay? Sold his soul for a thing. But what about how about when you decided to do reacts, right? Seems like you changed it up, maybe clarifying. Seems kind of similar to what this Jesse Cox did, except he was very successful with it. What's the difference there, DSP? I'd like to ask to that. Sean Stevenson says, "Do you think guys think Tyrone is real or just a meme?" It's just a meme. I mean,
It's just a meme, bro.
Just a meme. I mean, could it be real? There's a non-0% chance it is real, but it's very low.
Well, people were saying it when Panda was there, so It's
just a thing. It's been around forever since Phil's had significant mothers. People have said this. Tyrone's been around. There's
I love that term.
Significant mother.
It's great. Yeah, it's brilliant. It just sums up everything about it.
Yes. Yeah, there is no goal. Bottom of the screen says 513 and 520. Thank you, Utterly Insane.
Exactly. Yes. Thank you, Utterly Insane. Yes, thank you.
There's no goal, guys. Just working on this little thing right here. As you can see, it's kind of tough.
But we're in early month, right? So we got the dent dollars are rolling in.
Yep.
I really do think he's already got prepaid for this event. DSP's DSP coming up today.
Yeah.
Oh, you think it's promised?
He's already wailed out. He's already wailing out on WWE champions. Big ups to a TJ Gamebox.
Yes, let us know about that.
Like $772 or something like that already. So
just
that's like all of Game Cucker's monthly income right there. It's me.
What? Seriously, since the 1st of July, $700
like this month, or is that this week?
No, this is like a new event. As far as
wow!
I know.
During this event, okay,
yeah.
Right.
So he's trying to really push it out, and he's getting it up there. I think he was at 57 or something like that.
Oh, congratulations! Definitely.
So he's
big ups down for the Rafters. Shout out.
$700. Amron, good point. Maybe that's why he's begging so hard. Yeah, he wants to get those last. Well, he's asking for YouTube money though, so he won't see that right away. So it's not about that. Anyways, next up was animals seeing themselves in the mirror video, which is one of those videos your mom sends you, and you're like, all right, yeah, it's cool. Animals are cool, but he acts like it's the fun. Oh God, this video was the funniest thing of his life. He's seeing Eddie Murphy in his prime doing stand up. Everything. Oh, a bear sees his picture in the mirror. Oh my God. He got angry. It's like, oh God, I want to shoot myself. That was one of the worst. Then he watches Samsung video. How's Samsung in Korea is such a huge company. Oddly boring. Didn't have anything to say there.
I wonder who submitted that one.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah,
I wonder
who that could be. Of course, every LARPer is on it, instantly calling him out. I wonder who submitted this. Yeah.
This is a Derek video.
Oh yeah, and Derek, by the way, who if you don't know, Derek got doxxed recently. His address is out there. Okay, whatever. But there's so many LARPers. I won't say it here but let's say his address is Elm Street, 123 Elm Street. People had their screen name be 123 Elm Street. So Derek says, DSP, can we get rid of Elm Street 123? That's my real address. He said it in chat.
Profile pic has a picture of my house.
Yeah. Someone has a picture of my house.
It's the one that some people sent, some pizza to, and we don't order out because we always have food in our fridge.
Yeah. Dude, just don't do that, dude. I felt bad for him. Just don't, man. Just don't be online, dude.
And I get it. People are upset about he got doxxed. It happens. It was probably going to happen when he eventually made his way onto a list. Let's be honest. But still,
that's coming.
Did he truly deserve to be doxxed? Probably not. He's just a weird dude on Twitter who is just obsessed with pornography and just levels of degeneracy that I've never seen.
Well, I think people
he's well protected.
Yeah,
he's well protected by Daddy Phil.
All right. So, what are your thoughts on that then? Proper.
Let's get proper thoughts on that. Why is he get the protection?
I think Phil feels sorry for him. Back in the day, Derek took mommy's credit card, gave Phil a bunch of money, got into hot water over that, started, watching ads on Twitch to get bits to donate to Phil. You know, he's been watching Phil for a long time. And Phil probably either feels sorry for him or just sees a little bit of that dent in himself. Like maybe he'll round the corner. Maybe he'll stop being, you know, obsessed with, you know, tweeting out your 21st edition of My Favorite Porn Stars 2023 great anal scenes. You know, and just move on past it and get a real girlfriend. And that's all Derek needs. That's all he needs is a girl. You know, maybe that's what Phil thinks. But there's no saving that dude. I mean, I had to edit it and re-edit my Derek video because it's just, it was like some of the shit you see and go through his timeline or his Twitter account, and it's like you don't want to see a lot of that shit. Like,
yeah, I think that's why he got doxxed, because people really will go through effort to dox people that do shit with, like, not do shit with, we don't know about that yet, but like are interested in young children. People take that shit like it's their job. Like, all right, we're taking this motherfucker down. You know, just like if you fuck with cats on the internet, if you fuck with animals,
they made a Netflix series about it.
Yeah, if you fuck with that and you fuck with young kids, people are gonna do shit, and that's what happened. And he got doxxed about that. I mean, it's lucky it's just that. That's what I say. This should be the wake up call for his parents, right? Okay, hey, we're done now.
I'd be unplugging that shit.
Yeah,
I'd be
like,
unplugging
this is it
faster than Cyrax's mom unplugging his internet. I'd be running upstairs. Can't get evicted. Yoink.
I love when Cyrax yells like, "Hey, and if you ever thought you were gonna get the best of me, you had another thing coming." That his grandma said something like, "What? Yeah, okay, I'm almost done.
Come downstairs. I gotta clean the head scabs up first.
Come downstairs soon. If you ever," it goes right back into the promo.
Mob Mama raises a good point in chat.
Yes.
DSP stalked 14-year-olds around malls back in the day. So,
that is true.
You know,
or
we did find that out. Yeah.
At the very least, he thought that was a cool thing to say. Because I don't think he actually did that. He thought that was a normal thing that dudes just do. Like, yeah, we're just guys being guys. You know what I'm saying? We got bored chasing 14-year-olds. This is when he was 21.
It just reminds me of the Mallrats movie, to be honest. It was like, it was probably right around the time when Phil might have seen, you know, some comedy film called Mallrats. And he's like,
though.
Yeah.
Mallrats was funny.
Yeah, but that's the thing he picked up on. He was like, "Oh, they're hitting on kids. That's the cool thing to do in malls, right, dude? And don't spend 5 hours shopping. Be on time.
Yeah,
I'll tell you where you're gonna play."
Look, the hero of this movie doesn't satisfy his partner and plays video games. What more do you want from me?
Yeah. So yeah, he just—that's a good point. He did say that, Lux. He did say it. That's the bad point. Just to say it as a joke is fucked up enough. But anyways, we don't know why exactly Derek is still there. But this is the chance, Derek's parents, get out now. This is the time. Like, at some point, the parents got to step up. And when you start getting shit being sent to you, like, this is the great chance to be like, all right, we're done with this shit, man. We're done with it. Like, any parent at this point has got to make a decision right now that this is over until you move out, if you can. I don't know if you can, but you know what I'm saying? Like, that's dangerous now, you know? Like, it's just not smart. At some point, parents, we don't know about his parents, but at some point, it's like, all right, guys, we got to, come on, Derek. It's got to be done. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, he's tweeting all day. All day he's tweeting at porn stars. All day. Like, I saw the whole analytics of it, and it's like there's a period of a couple hours at like 2 a.m. where all of a sudden he comes back to life. He's like a midnight coom. He just needs to clear his brain matter a little bit. Like, and then he's instantly back on Twitter, and it's never mobile. He doesn't use his phone. It's fascinating. He has a little Chromebook that he sits on like a little dinner kind of tray. You sit in front of your like QVC channel if you're Linda. You know, it's just plugged in one wire, and he's sitting there just all day long. Twitter, Dark Side Phil, wrestle.
Yeah,
and that's his entire life. That's why people thought he was a fucking robot.
Yeah, because how much I mean, I don't know if he's scheduling posts. Like, does he even know how to do that? But like, he's just so much of the day is set up by fucking Twitter, man. Yeah, Derek. Oh God, those restrictions. I bet Derek is close to hanging himself. Damn.
Oh yeah. Jesus,
God.
He'll have burned through it in minutes.
He hates Elon now. Damn, man, could you do this?
He's mad because he can't go on Cherry Pimps too.
That's so,
Yeah.
if you
been
haven't
a
seen
whole
that stream
meltdown.
yet, that's so magical,
Mark
guys. Go
one?
watch Mark
Oh.
One stream. It's so Mark One say
It's
we're fucking up the entire
website."
website. So awesome.
I mean, people found a backhole cookie channel to get through, and then like get past the paywall, which was what people are thinking. You know, he found it out on like TikTok or something. Who knows
Yeah.
how many platforms he's on?
Yeah, God knows what sort of like groups and messages he's hanging around with, but somewhere along the way he's acquired this thing and he's locked onto it, and that's like kept him going. Now that's his only thing, and now that's been taken away from him, so he's got to be going a bit mad. And then if you throw in shit turning up at the house as well, you know, I think the only way you can get out of it is if his like parents aren't aware. Like it's not just shit like pizzas and things and takeaways. It has to be like a letter to the parents saying your child is doing this, because otherwise he could be like, well, I don't know. It must be a mistake. We must be getting the wrong delivery, you know.
Yeah, if someone did that,
don't know
like,
what's
you
going
have
on,
to
you
come
know,
on,
but-
man. You have to do something. If someone says like, "Look what your son is doing online," hello, young girls and playlists. It's like that should be enough.
I'm sure somebody's trying to find his parents. I assume they're on some kind of Chinese social media platform at this point. They're not on Facebook or anything like that, as far as I know.
Yeah, so
I've seen the family members who are, but like his parents are pretty old school, as far as I can tell. Like he even commented about it the other day. He was like, "I live in an Asian household, Phil. Like that's my upbringing."
so proud. Derek
He's like,
feels
"Yeah."
like whatever. Oh, that's good, Derek. Great.
Yeah. So did Jennifer Pan, and look how that turned out for her parents.
Great.
But yeah, it's like, you know, people that commit the crimes that Derek is probably heading towards do not do well in prison. So this really should be a wake-up call for his parents to look into his internet activity and sort of like intervene now.
Oh God,
before,
Derek!
you know,
Derek in prison.
Mm-hmm.
God.
Yeah.
That's a scary thought.
Yes, that's right. You do have a big shiv.
Oh, I've
I
seen
really
many-
loved it when you shanked me in the smell.
With
the shower, he's
quotations.
in the shower. He's like, "Oh, I've seen lots of men hung like you, sir. Great."
Oh, you look like Tommy Steele.
Yeah. Has anyone ever told you remind me of Tommy 10-inch?
That's a mess.
God.
Nice tattoos. What do they mean?
It's such a mess, though.
yeah. But okay, so we get to there was one Asian. There was some like stupid video about like I think this was like directed to try to get Derek. Like that's what comment you said.
Yeah, that's
Proper
what that
Asians
one
got parents video that wasn't funny, but it's like Asian parents stereotypical stuff they do, like make sure they're never happy. And that, of course, yeah, Derek was happy to chime in. I grew up in an Asian household, you know. Feels like yeah, okay.
Thanks.
So,
Derek.
was that his video? Because, you know, if that was his video, the moment Phil's watched it, he would have pissed off, wouldn't he? So I'm assuming if he
No.
stuck around, then no, that one is.
No, because Derek does not have the rights right now.
Yeah.
He'll let you know
he's
too.
not a member.
He'll
Oh,
let
is
you
he not a
know.
member anymore?
Yes, he
oh,
left.
okay.
I
Right.
lost my membership, and he'll make sure everyone
No
knows
one's
about it.
supposed
You
to
know.
go.
Because he gets very salty when people say, "Oh, that's the Derek missing," and he's like, "No, I'm not a member anymore, guys. I've been a member for 2 weeks."
Yeah, that's like
Just
you
wait
know,
for
and like
somebody to gift him another one.
you know what, someone at your class like is kind of like, you know, the one you make fun of a lot in school. People make fun of. I never did, but you know, when you say like, yeah, you like let's think of it. You like Spice Girls, like a guy. You might say that to a guy, like when it's not cool to like Spice Girls. Like, no, I don't. I do not like the Spice Girls. And like go around the class, like, I do not like them. Like that kind of whiny baby. Kind of Derek has that too, and also Phil has that too. Phil is that same aspect, as we've seen in his previous. Like, if you call him something, he'll be, I am not that, guys. Don't say that. When a normal human might be like, say something back or just say whatever, I don't give a fuck what you call me because it's not true. But Phil has to say like, that is not true. I do not like that. And they both have that kind of odd thing together. Go ahead, Steve.
That was me in high school. I was the one who was like, "Oh, you like the Spice Girls," but
Yeah.
I didn't be like, "Oh, no, I don't." I was like, "Yeah."
I'm showing my age. Spice Girls is not that old.
Yeah, I know. They're not that bad.
Spice
Come on.
Girls, come on.
Come on.
That's everyone
Late
knows Spice
90s,
Girls. Very
yeah.
relevant. I could have said
Yeah,
a lot. I didn't say
exactly,
like
Fucking nothing wrong with the Spice Girls.
Yes. I could have said like the
Did
Pointer
you know
Sisters or
that the
something.
Spice Girls once had a game on PlayStation and it had a nudity code?
Oh, cheers, Derek.
Oh, thanks, Derek.
Why did I
Didn't
know
know
that?
that.
Thank you. Spice Girls is not that old. It's one of the oldest things ALT has ever said. I will fight you on that. That's not true. I could have said like the Beach Boys or something. Shut the fuck up. I hate everyone. Anyways, get fucked. We're moving on.
Beth Bear's just revoked my metal card because I like the Spice Girls.
Yeah. Dude, Posh Spice was hot back in the day. I was down. I was definitely down.
God damn, yeah.
Oh, God.
There's a reason I like brunettes. Like,
Yeah. Big part of my upbringing.
It's all about Ginger Spice.
Oh, Ginger.
yeah,
okay.
that dress that she wore at the Brits. Whoa.
All right, we're going off the rails. Derek's
You'll
getting
see it.
excited. Oh, hey, Derek. Thanks
The
for showing
Union
up.
Jack.
Easy, Derek. We're gonna flooded by cherries.
Just going to turn my camera off for a minute.
Yeah, yeah. One video we have to talk about is H3H3 had a video here.
I hate
And the video was watching a video about someone like gives money to homeless people for a video. And H3H3 was making a parody of that, hanging like, you know what, maybe that's not exactly true. Maybe people that big give money to homeless people are doing it for the video, and they kind of like, it's not, the real reactions aren't really that, right? Maybe they're faking that. And Phil missed all of that, and thought that H3H3 were the ones that made the original video, when in reality, H3H3 was making a parody of the first video. Phil missed all that, didn't watch anything, and just said like, oh, yeah, well, you know, the homeless stuff is all staged, so it's not real, you know, probably not even real. They probably do that. But anyways, that was funny because Phil just doesn't watch videos and has to make a comment, so his comment is just
It's fake.
false. Yeah, it's fake. This was a classic. The kitchen gun video. So this video was completely parody. It's a gun you hold, and you shoot it at your dirty dishes, and it cleans them. All right. So what age do you think human can understand that's a joke? Maybe 8, maybe 9 years old? Around there.
around 10. Yeah.
So they do multiple scenes of this, shooting the sink, it gets cleaned up, shooting the floor, it gets cleaned up, shooting
the Peter
cabinets.
Serafinowicz thing.
Well,
Oh God, I've seen that on the Peter Serafinowicz show. Yeah. The Silly Bang thing. Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
It's
so
great.
you know it.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Peter Serafinowicz, he's a British comedian. He's very funny.
People understand it's a joke in 4 seconds. Phil's first comment after watching it multiple times said, "That's probably not how it really works."
No.
Yes.
No.
He said, "That's probably not how it really works."
How?
So he thought it was real.
I mean, I refuse to think he's that stupid, but I just, maybe he's not even just thinking about what to say. I have no clue why he would say this. Like, is it trying to make a joke because it's so stupid? Like, it fell flat if that was it, but back me up. He said it. People don't believe me.
I believe you. I believe you. I'm just in shock.
Yeah.
While I'm trying to process it. It's a bit.
That's
It's a bit
probably
much.
not how it really works. So there's a chance it is how it works.
I mean,
He was
what's
putting-
next week?
Go ahead.
He's gonna get a power thirst video with the gun flavor. He's gonna be like,
God.
I bet that tastes like metal.
It's very metallic.
That's an old reference. Fuck
there
the
you
Spice
go.
Girls.
All jokes to go to proper. Okay, your 2 options: injured cold over on the tractor beam, or proper. Those are your 2 options. Because I'm done with it. Done with it. DUNWIFFIT. Done with it.
Yeah, they're just too old for all.
Yeah, and then there was one. Go ahead.
Sorry, I just quickly respond to a comment in chat. I did nothing wrong. Imagine him reacting to the day-to-day or Brass Eye. I think I mentioned that before, but oh God, he would not get it at all. The parody, it's like a parody news show and a parody documentary series.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, they're really well executed, but fuck me, he would go right over his head completely. And they're silly as well. Like one news report is about like deteriorating conditions on a train that's stuck on a track because the signal is jammed. And it's like these people that are like just waiting to go to work end up like in bad tribes, like sacrificing each other and dancing around fire and that, just while the train's stopped. And then and then the signal's fixed and it moves on and they get out and back to normal. And it would just go completely over his head. He'd be like, "Nah, that didn't happen. Surely."
In this fucking gun video, they go to a new version, which is it's a grenade to clean your toilet, which is like, of course, it's funny. But that one though, for whatever reason, he laughed at this one. Like, it's really fascinating. The gun one was not a single laugh, and they're doing the same bit. You shoot it. There's like literal bullet holes in the plates and stuff, but they're perfectly clean. That's probably not how it works. Then we go to the bathroom, and you throw the grenade in, and it blows up the toilet, but the toilet's clean. And Phil is like, just laughs at that. It's the same video. It's so odd. Like, that's funny, but the sync one was a bridge too far for the comedy, synapses to go off. But like the toilet, good, yeah, it's crazy.
I think maybe that's the point where he recognizes it's a joke.
It could be, I guess.
So like between those two things, like as it happens, he's like, "Oh, I get it now." Right, just ignore that then.
And laugh.
Yeah.
Get the laugh in there real quick.
Yeah, it was
that whole
fascinating.
joke would change if they dropped it in a bathtub. Just drop a grenade in the bathtub, and he would just be quiet, and not be like, "It's not funny."
Yeah,
Like, cleans all your rings.
Yeah. Toilet,
get
innit?
it.
It's
But
toilet
toilet
humor.
hilarious.
Yeah. Mhm.
that's amazing.
Exactly that. Yeah, it's exactly that, man.
After that, it was kind of like that. There was no real notable ones out there, unless you guys have any that you remember. That was only like memorable ones I had from that, because the rest of it's all just boring. And he was just waiting to check out so hardcore. Just please let me be able to check out. There was an Indian tour guide guy. Oh, I do have that one. There's an Indian guy that just goes to different countries.
Oh, the toilet one, the toilet video.
What's the
Where he's
oh
like
yeah,
squatting.
that was one too.
He's
Shit,
like,
I forgot about that.
He's not wearing feet. He has no shoes on. Okay, that's gross.
Yeah, the toilet one. Yeah, so they have the like Indian
Real
toilet. Japan
cute.
has these too. They're not popular anymore, but they still have them in old buildings. They're just a hole, and you squat over it. Yeah. And Phil definitely was like, "Oh, he's not even wearing shoes. They do that without shoes. Oh God." But wiping your ass with your hand, that was fine for him. Oddly, he was like, "Okay, that's fine." But then you got to trust people that they do that. This is coming from a guy
on the floor
that picks every orifice on his face every second of every day.
I saw you do it. He was there for like 10 to 20 seconds there, and you were losing your shit.
He does the dig, and then he'll do this, quick look.
The eye pull. I like the eye pull where he's
like this.
"Ugh."
And then he'll do the check.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll save that for later. That goes on the PJ pants. And
that's my favorite, because you can see like the shoulder move as he does that.
PJ pants.
Like, looks at it
He's
first.
wiping on it.
We got here. Hang on. Okay. And then he says, but anyways, I don't trust the people, because how do we know that they wash their hands? How do we know that?
He showers once a week. Just hit me then. Showers once.
Sits on the shower stool, just that was a good long week, and it's on his day off. I gotta go to the store, thinking about how much food he has to buy for Cat. What's the DoorDash meal for the morning? Hope Cat doesn't put sour cream on her bagel again.
Yeah, thank you. Oddly Insane. That was the only video he watched all the way through, by the way, was the Indian one with the Indian talking about how they take a shit, because that's his favorite kind of comedy, And I've heard this is actually better for you, to go that way. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah. But that was it.
What about the dream?
Oh God, yeah, I checked out, but he talked about this long as shit dream about how
he was
I
talking
can't
about
remember. I was
dreams,
so ticked
and he
off.
was going along.
Oh, I killed somebody in my garage, and then my garage turned into a big convention floor, and then there were street fighting rooms and food, and everybody was there.
It was this weird, convoluted, reimagining of a weird dream.
It just, when you start talking about it, and you just you could just see you just keep making up more and more. Like, he was talking about details, the likes of which I never remembered in any dream of my life. He was like, I went, and like you said, he had so many fucking details.
Police.
Yeah. Way too many
The police
details.
didn't come.
Yeah,
Just like
with
my tire that somebody stole. They never followed up with my police report. They never got back to me about that. So I don't know where the tire is.
But typically, even your because this is all to do with like memory and how your brain is functioning. So even when you are like having a really vivid dream that you do remember, it's normally only like a specific incident. Like you can remember a couple of bits of it. Like like your main thing that happens. Like if I dreamed I died, you'll remember like the bit where you died.
Yeah.
You know, you'll remember like whatever.
And then you flesh out the world around you.
Yeah. But beyond that, you don't remember much. So if he's just adding on all these, like, you know, I was here and then I was there and then I did this thing and then I did that, yeah, it's coming from nowhere. That he's pulling it out of his ass. But the interesting one for me is that I'm sure he's mentioned previously that he dreamed about his house being full of cameras.
Yeah.
Am I mad?
That's
Or
very
did he
telling.
say that?
Very, very little like hint of piganoia coming through. You know, he's very
Piganoia.
Peeking out the windows. Oh, is that the moving truck for the neighbors? Because they finally had enough of my bullshit.
Watch him, cat. Who's that? Yikes! Watch out.
Hawks, sorry, just Phil remembers his random dreams, but not what he put down as business expenses.
Oh yeah, they obviously.
I just didn't know he was a victim in his dreams too. Yeah.
Like John Bonner, there you go.
He was home invading me, so I had to do self-defense. I'm surprised you didn't add in the like home defense acts there.
Yeah, so John Bonner did.
I didn't dream about you. Yeah.
But I got him, and the cops didn't show up, and then the whole thing changed. The cat just like got pushed down the street. It was just it's strange, just like nobody dreams in that kind of detail and could remember it.
It's just like Latina story, just like his weed story in college. You can hear him making this shit up as it goes along. Like, okay, and then whenever you say those kind of words, like you got to give your mind time to think, you know, like, and then I went in the garage, and then it went like, well, then it was like this, and it's like, dude, just give it up, man. Who gives a shit about this? Not even funny. And then you saw another telling point is as soon as he had that off ramp from telling the story of his dream in his mind, he jumped right the fuck off that train. He was like, by the way, police never called me back about the tire. So it's like, okay, he was happy to be done with the story, you know? Like, all right, finally I can stop making shit up, you know? That was really telling about that. And the college story where everyone watching it, like I know this is maybe looking into it too much, but everyone watching it was like, okay, you know when there's someone in your school, okay, I know I'm saying this a lot today, but you know when someone that's interesting, you kind of let them cook a little bit? Like, oh, yeah, keep going. That is funny. Go ahead. Say it again. And, like, you let them go. Like, it really felt like everyone in that fucking room was doing that. Like, oh, yeah. Here, Phil's going to tell a story. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, how was that? Okay. See? He's going to get crazy real quick. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You had a lot of weed? You know, like, yeah, we had like a pound of weed, dude. And, like, this girl, like, she totally puked all over this guy. Like, none of this happened. What percent of this happened? Who knows? But that's when he said, like, the guy went in and broke the water line with an axe or something. I can't remember all the details. But
it was just crazy.
He can't either, so who cares?
No.
Yeah.
If he smoked one weed ever, I'd be impressed.
Oh, one weed.
One weed, yeah.
Just
dandelion.
like, one weed, please, sir.
Excuse me, Holmes.
I think the closest he's been is like a Dave Matthews Band concert, isn't it?
If I can play, everyone's like,
I got a contact high.
Everyone's like smoking this weird stuff. They're probably doing like heroin around me, dude. You know, like he doesn't know what they're doing. You know, they're smoking on doobies, but he's like, they're doing like hardcore heroin and fentanyl, dude. It's really weird. You know?
Keep seeing all these like little silver canisters everywhere, and I don't know what they are.
Yeah. People doing vape. He's like, oh my god, everyone's getting so high around here, guys. Dive Pro Ferro says one was in a grocery all day as people passed him by. Oh, you're talking about dreams? Yeah. Another great dream. But this is my question to you two. Do you think Versus the Internet lasts the year? Okay, that's what I'm saying. So is it going to be around the rest of this year? I'm going to set the over-under on December 31st, 2023. In its current form, okay? So, like, he's still doing a weekly React show. Means it's still happening, right? The channel's going to be there no matter what. But I'm saying, like, will he still be doing weekly Reacts by the end of this year? And I'll put that as a poll for chat as well. But what do you guys think? Please go to Proper first. Go ahead.
I really thought it would only last like 6 months, to be honest. I thought
the support would just dwindle away, and you can see kind of the influx of support just coming back and forth. You can see it come in and then just go out with the tide, and I really don't see it lasting past the full year, to be honest. I think you'll just axe it. We'll just be like, well, we did Axe the King, okay, and that didn't work. And then we did DSP versus the internet, and you guys just kept giving me bad videos to review. It's your fault, because you guys could pick the videos that I randomly play, you know. So now you got to tip me more, and maybe we'll do some cooking shows.
Maybe. Yeah, right. Oh yeah, today we get Cat's cooking today, right? Cat's cooking.
Yeah, Cat's home
Oh
cooking.
shit, she is, for the DSP.
Cat's cooking. Watch very closely how long the break is before the food comes out. That's the one thing I want you to watch for today during DSP's DSP is how long of a break is it until we break out the Cat's 3 meals. What is it? American fare food, right? That's what we're getting today?
Yeah, that's the tier maker
FAY.
list. He's doing a tier maker list.
Oh god.
He's doing the full year gaming schedule. So enjoy that.
That was like a hype thing too.
first.
He's like, first, let me tell you what we're gonna do first, guys. It's gonna get extremely hype. Come on down, DSP. We're gonna go over the full year of schedule. It's like that's a hype thing. Holy shit,
So
yeah.
he's doing a schedule segment to talk about the schedule segment for the scheduling segment. It's wild.
This is schedule. What's it called? Like Schedule Mania, boys. This is the biggest date on the whole calendar. Schedule Mania.
I mean, it used to be just a seasick like video where he just sway back and forth with the camera and you stare at the calendar and he's got like the chicken scratch writing on there, bottles of gin down on the ground.
Yeah.
Like the big calendar is dead. So now he's going to sit there and be like, what should I play on this week? I'll put up a poll. Which game is October Scary Fest best?
Yeah. Each
I hope
week
somebody
it's
sends
a
him
poll.
like a jack-o'-lantern vest.
Yeah.
So it looks like just a jack-o'-lantern just smile across his chest. It looks like a big-ass pumpkin.
Each week it's a different poll. So it's like, all right, now we're up to August, second week in August. Which game is second week in August best? Go ahead, guys. Now vote in the chat.
So I'm looking at the release dates and it's Q4 of 2023. So we're looking at December now, guys. And we need to really nail down some game choices. We really do. Let's talk about it. So
That's what we're here to do. I want your feedback.
It's like this is his like special event is like his podcast and a tier maker and like food. And are we
getting drunk for $100 at a shot? Drinking bourbon today.
Fuck.
It's the first time in years
Bourbon.
I've been drinking bourbon.
Bourbon? Shots?
Yeah. I have a theory.
Oh
about
my
this,
God.
too. You notice that his coffee mug came back recently for the night streams, right? He said he was having a cup of coffee. What if he's actually dosing himself with a little bit of bourbon in there? A little bit of night stream nightcap, if you will.
Might as well.
To try to desensitize his palate from drinking that bitch made gin.
Oh, excuse me. He calls it bourbon whiskey. Bourbon whiskey, guys. Bourbon whiskey.
Because
Those are two different fucking things.
Ooh,
different
get
drink,
fucked.
yeah.
You about to get played.
Yeah.
I
But
bet.
anyway, like 9 shots of tequila did nothing to this man. So,
Oh, yeah, he was still
It did
fine.
something. He doxed Ryan.
He did dox Ryan, yeah.
Thanks for the money, Ryan.
Thanks for the money. I mean, whoop, that's not even who I was talking about. So, whatever. Doesn't even matter. So,
I
do you say it
figure
matters?
he's already got the money.
Yeah.
He's already got the money.
That's point
It's
silent
coming in.
weapons. Silent weapons is bourbon. Whiskey.
Yeah. Baby.
Meanwhile,
Bourbon.
made a video for Silent Weapons and all of his comments, and it is like 3.5 minutes of just pure gold. If you want to
Yeah,
laugh,
it's really cool. Yeah, that's cool.
go
That's
over
super
to that
cool.
one for sure.
Great.
Machine.
Yeah,
Silent Weapons.
Really good. Silent Weapons is on
Legend.
fire. We
You're
appreciate
gonna
it.
get
for
drunk
sure.
Street Fighter, which is gonna be like a throwback classic.
Yes, that could be a blast of the past. Drunk playing of the Street Fighters. I think what to expect from this is let's see how long this schedule segment goes. Like, because I really think he thinks people enjoy it, so he might like just get off on this. Like, oh my shit, it's a real segment, guys. We can go 2 hours on
It's
this
gonna be
schedule.
2
dude.
hours.
Can you imagine
2 hours?
2 hours? That's like a investment meeting. Like big companies do this. Like, all right, guys, what's our product schedule for the next 2 years? That's where you do that, not on a fucking gamer stream. Like, we got to get Asmongold to watch this part too. I want to see Asmongold.
It's gonna be insane.
We got to get Asmon's take on that. Excuse me, Sir Gold. You see, Sir Gold said I was good planning, so he said it was cool. He actually liked it, not like you assholes.
I wonder if he's gonna critique the release dates like he usually does. Don't release it there. How can you compete with those big AAA brand new first day views?
Oh God, yeah, it's gonna be that in it. They're all releasing in the same month.
You're
You know,
banned
it's
the
months
month.
nothing, and then
No one's allowed to
He's gonna
release
tell
games
him-
at the same time.
come on.
He's got to get pissed.
Maybe I'll play with viewers, right? Wink.
It's all about support. That's what I need. I need your buy-in. All right, I need your buy-in. So yeah, Asmongold said he wants to go over the last 2 weeks of Phil streams to critique it. Oh my God!
Oh, yeah, that was
Please,
good. Yeah,
please.
to min-max it.
Gold. Just the purest of gold. Like min-max his time in like Diablo 4 or whatever.
Yeah,
Just
versus
anything
menus
like that. You're just gonna just watch him menu and sit there and talk about like his build and just sit there and ask his chat what he's gonna do. It's gonna be just he's gonna be like, really? People watch this? People give him money for this?
Yeah, like that's what you see. Like when people that don't know it, like people that don't know anything about DSP turn into DSP, and they really have so many questions. Like the first level questions, kind of like, it's a streamer. Why can't you beat the campaign mode in that long? Right? It takes 15 hours. Like it's such a normal
15
question,
hours.
right? You have 15, right? 15, 1-5. Like it's. It should be done in a few days if you're a full-time streamer, right? To a normal that's a normal question for a normal human, but for Phil, oh God, he'll give you the rundown as to why he can't do that.
Sorry,
Cat content.
yeah, being a pain. Sorry.
But there we go, boys. Agent Proper, legendary appearance here today. Where should I send people for your content? What are you hyping up? What's going on with you these days?
You guys can usually catch me on Friday nights. I've been hosting the drinking game again. Back. I've updated the rules, so I've been doing that on Friday nights, trying to get some more consistency. But I got a couple other videos in the works that I was getting to before I got that Derek video out. So
Yep, I just posted that in chat. The Derek video is in chat. That's really recommend that one. It is awesome.
yeah, it is. It was a journey to go on. That's for sure. But you know, I'm trying to get more consistency back into YouTube. It's been fun. It's been more entertaining. It gives Mrs. Proper some more free time to read books and do stuff like that.
Yeah.
And you know, I've missed it. I've really missed it. I miss being creative. It's my creative outlet for this. And you know, just watching the whole community change as I've been sitting here watching it, like you guys coming up, other detractors coming up, like Aqua Teal, you know, the environment's different than what it was, but really, to be honest, it's more together than I've ever seen it to be.
Yeah, I mean, I think
It feels healthier. Like when I joined, when I said joined, but you know, when I first like found Phil and detracting, like back in 2015-ish, it didn't feel like this does now as a community. You know, like you can go to like different streams and you'll see lots of people that you know from other places. You'll be like, hey, I saw you in the other stream last week, and you know, it feels like more people are willing to try to make something as well. More people are willing to try to detract in some way. Like somebody like Iviga, who's just like, yeah, I'll just talk. You know, I'll do another commentary. You know, and that's cool. That fits there. Great. More people.
Yeah, there's plenty of spaces for people to fit into here, and be it Twitter, be it YouTube, be it over there on a different streaming platform, or even hanging out on the Onion with us Kiwis, since we're hiding over there for now.
Proper, I want to ask you, because I will be interviewing, by the way, on this Friday. It is scheduled on the schedule, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will be in conversation with the one, the only, the Loophole. So I am beginning, like Craig, I am doing my research the best I can. Is there any question you think I must ask Mr. Loophole proper, as someone that was back there and, back in the day, you were literally lived through it. I was on the periphery then. I watched literally, what I watched was SOK, and that was my DSP intake. So any questions for proper I shouldn't miss? I'm going to get the obvious stuff, but anything maybe that might be worth digging into from your mind.
I know you're going to cover a lot of it. You're kind of an SOK head. I wasn't really so into SOK. It was just more like I'd watch a lot of it. I'd watch who they talked to, like the Medicare ones and things like that. But the deep lore behind that and just the interactions with Fred, I kind of want to know when some of these people realized when Fred just kind of flipped the switch and the gatekeeping that was invested in that community at the time. Like you were either with SOK or you weren't. And because of that mentality at the time, it kept me out of even releasing videos for a bit when I first really started to think about jumping onto YouTube. I was like, do I really want to like jump in and see what this community's going for, or wait and see? And so I chose the wait and see kind of, route, which
that's
interesting. It worked out. That's
interesting. Yeah, definitely.
Certain parties and come and go, but I don't think. Ask him if he thinks Fred will ever return to the vortex. like really, honestly, do you think he fucking sits there and watches Phil still?
I wonder. That's a good question.
I wondered as well. Yeah.
Hopefully Steve's going to be there too. We're not sure about the schedule, but hopefully Steve will be there with you, because Steve was back in the day too, so that'll be sweet. That'll be on WPIG though, not here. But
I watched a couple of things. I ended up more watching Tevin than SOK. Yeah. It felt like at the time you were either SOK or you were Tevin, and I ended up more Tevin than
and they did some stuff together for a little bit, and then they did. But anyways, we'll get into it then. Don't worry about it. I know some people are like, "Who the fuck is SOK?" I know. So if you devilish face is saying, if you don't call him Mr. Hole at least once, I'm unsubbing. Okay, I'll call Sir Hole. Sir Hole.
Yeah, Sir Hole.
Go ahead, Prapper. What are you gonna
say? It's good times. Thank you for having me on, though. I really appreciate it. It's fun to get some time in and really sit down and have a chat with you guys about one of the funniest locales I've ever come across.
Definitely. Nice to have you, and we'll definitely ask you back for sure. Of course, Steve, your chance for last words. Go ahead, Steven.
Well, we've got Densey Scrolls coming up, haven't we? And
Tuesday. Yep.
Yeah, and we've also got the group think later in the week, and on Friday, just before you interview Loophole, which is why I'm trying to sort this out. Me and Decepticon are trying to sort out something which we did previously a couple of weeks ago, where we looked at Phil playing through Resident Evil 4 and the 3 different times to compare certain things, cool. How he handled the village each time.
That's interesting.
So yeah, just to see how like his mental and his problem solving and all that stuff has sort of decayed over time. So we're trying to do that on Friday as well before the interview.
Sweet, sounds good to me.
But also, I have a non-DSP video out. Give that a watch as well.
Yep, and you got Thus tomorrow, or?
Yeah, I'm trying to get hold of Scott. Yeah, to see, but I don't know what we're talking about.
Thus tomorrow.
It's always last minute.
Then see Scrolls on Tuesday. So much shit coming up. Go follow Agent Proper. Here's the last video.
You can find me on Twitter, YouTube, Discord. I'm all over the place.
Follow his ass. And I'll send you over to
with a DM.
Yep, I'll send you over to Ann Lee for the restream of DSP's DSP. So enjoy the rest of your day. You're all legends. Everyone understands this. We'll see ya. Bye.
Later, guys.
You never say no.
Gotta turn my mic off, fuckers.
This one goes out to the one and only, the big cat, the fat cat. Big ups. I first saw you in Burger King. You took 2 seats 'cause that ass is way too big. Had a boyfriend, I realized, but you told him lies with your raccoon eyes. The DoorDash is here. Wipe away your tears. Got you extra fries, and they taste just right. Have no fear. There's no trolls here. Kevin made you cry with those raccoon eyes. Raccoon eyes. Raccoon eyes. Kevin made you cry with those raccoon eyes. Take your power walking on the beach, feasting on some sushi like you were the queen. Let me run some errands while you sleep. I can watch you play Skyrim all day this week. Have no fear, there's no trolls here. Kevin made you cry with those raccoon eyes. Raccoon eyes. Raccoon eyes. Kevin made you cry with those raccoon eyes.
In reality, like I tell you guys, every day when I wake up, that's the best day of my life. I feel like this next day is awesome. I have a beautiful wife who I love so much. She loves me and a family, Jasper, and you know the things we get to do together. You know, I definitely want more time with them and more family time. But I absolutely love my life today compared to how it used to be. Seriously, all those years back then, you'd be like, it's a whirlwind of crap. It was me. And by the way, I've told you guys about my past. I used to drink way too much. I would be drinking constantly, all the time, because I was so stressed out. Honestly, when I started with this whole thing, I was depressed many years ago, a decade ago. I didn't like my life or anything. And basically, liquor was the way to kind of get through that. It was, I hate my life. I hate who I am. So let me just drink it all away and just keep pumping out fucking YouTube videos. I don't have to do that shit anymore. Like, I'm happy with who I am. I actually don't think clicking like on a live stream helps at all. So it really doesn't matter if this stream gets 100 likes or 2. I don't think it affects it.